We're live, folks. This is as I see it there. You see it on my CG. This is arguably the biggest baseball game ever. I know I could be exaggerating, but then again, I could be very, very honest and transparent. In this night, I am either gonna be very, very frustrated or I'm gonna be really, really hype. And this is the thing that you gotta understand when you decide to be a sports fan. When you decide to be a sports fan, oh boy, you are putting yourself up because you're gonna face a lot of losing as a fan. And right now we have this ball game, and I am extremely excited about this. Wow. Wow. We're here, folks. Shout out to anybody that's on TikTok, YouTube. First pitch from Severino is going to miss low at 99 miles per hour. You already know that the adrenaline that he's feeling is next level right now. Here is the 1-0 pitch. That is fouled away, 98 miles per hour. Severino is absolutely letting the ball go to start this baseball game. I mean, he is letting it rip. 90, though I don't know if I ever saw him throw that hard with the Mets. 99 and 98, 1-1 pitch. That is going to be a swing and a miss on an 86 mile per hour sweeper. That sweeper right there is really, really solid right there. What we just saw right there. So, folks, this is arguably the biggest baseball game probably in my life. Probably. 1-2 pitch, fouled away from Bobby Witt Jr. And man, he's throwing hard. To start off this game, Severino is throwing really, really hard right now. I mean, really, really hard. And man, 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Severino strikes him out. And he yells at Bobby Witt Jr. You could see him striking him out and yelling. Oh my gosh. What a pitch that was right there. And Severino. Look, I know Severino. He was with the Yankees in the Bronx. He was with the Mets for a year. Bryce Harper. First pitch is going to miss up high. 1 ball and no strikes. Severino, he had a great year with the Mets. It wasn't a Cy Young season, but he had a really good season. But hey, he's a good pitcher. 1-0 on Bryce Harper. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That is sliced. Gonna go foul towards the third base side. It's a 1 ball and 1 strike count. Yeah, Severino in the start of this game, he is throwing very, very hard. I mean, very, very hard to start off this game. Excuse me. So Bryce Harper, 1-1 pitch. Inside, 2-1. Look, Bryce Harper, he's one of the keys in this game. He's hitting 150 in the World Baseball Classic. He's going to take some pressure away from Judge and from some of his teammates. He's important. He's hitting the 2-hole in front of Judge. 2-1 pitch. Big rip, fouled it away. A 99 mile per hour sinker. So, you know, Severino, he's thrown easily 7 out of the 9 pitches, 98 and above. So it's a 2-2 count. Here is the pitch from Severino. Swing and a miss, 96 mile per hour strikeout. So that's 2 quick strikeouts for the Dominican Republic and Luis Severino. And he is off to an electric start. Wow, that wasn't even close, Bryce Harper. That swing was not even close. Aaron Judge is up versus his old teammate. First pitch. That's going to miss up high with a 86 mile per hour sweeper. 1 ball and no strikes. Boy, oh boy. Aaron Judge is 5 for 19, the World Baseball Classic. 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. Here is the 1-0 pitch. That is going to be right there. Strike 1. 99 mile per hour sinker. Again, I don't think I've ever seen Severino throw this hard before. Severino's throwing extremely hard. 1-1 pitch. That is another strike. 99 miles per hour sinker. And he's a strike away from striking out the side on 14 pitches. Talk about the start that he needed. And Judge calls timeout. Judge calls timeout in this at bat. Severino, I'm telling you, he is looking absolutely electric to start off this game. Here is the 1-2 pitch to Judge. Misses low with a sweeper, 85 miles per hour. What a pitch that was. Like, that's a major league take right there. Like, if Judge would have not, if that would have been a fastball, he would have froze him, because that pitch was absolutely filthy. 2-2 pitch. Hit. Judge fouls it off. 97 mile per hour fastball. So 15 pitches. Look, if there's one thing that happens when you strike out a lot of hitters, your pitch count's going to go high, because each strikeout is minimum 3 pitches. And if you strike out the side, that's 9 pitches minimum. So, you know, that's something like that can be working to his favor. But hey, 2-2 pitch to Judge. Pitch number 16 right now. He's a strike away from striking out the side. Here's a pitch. Judge lays off. What another amazing take by Judge right there. An amazing take, not swinging at that pitch. Shout out to everybody that's on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok. This game is going to be absolutely amazing. Like, the electricity in it is going to be next level. The 3-2 pitch, hit, line, the base hit over the head of the shortstop, and the USA has their first base runner of the game. Judge absolutely smoked that ball off over the head of the shortstop. Whew, what an at-bat by Judge there. What an absolute at-bat. Look, I think I've made it clear for some of you that know me. For those of you that know me, I'm from the U.S. It's ironic. I'm from the U.S. My family's background's from Puerto Rico. I'm currently in Canada, but I'm surrounded with a lot of Dominicans. And I have some Dominicans in the family as well. So this is an interesting game. First pitch to Schwarber, and it hits him. Wow. So the USA now has first and second. And look, just like that, Severino, his first 15 pitches, absolutely dominant in control. His last 2 pitches, a line bullet of a base hit from Judge and a hit by pitch to Schwarber. Now, for the minimum, they're getting his pitch count high. But Gunnar Henderson, 7 for 9, 1 home run off of Luis Severino. Boy, oh boy, will we love a home run right now. I'm rooting for the U.S. Look, if the DR wins, I don't think I'm going to be heartbroken. To be honest, I don't think my heart's going to be broken like if the Mets lost. But I want the U.S. to win. I just got to keep it honest. I'm rooting for the U.S. in this game. First pitch to Gunnar Henderson is going to miss low. So his last 3 pitches haven't even... His last 2 pitches haven't even been close. The line drive to Judge, of course, that can change any pitcher's head. So, oh boy, this is, oh my gosh, this type of baseball is, when you become a baseball fan, a sports fan, you're setting yourself up for 1-0 pitch, 2-0. When you become a baseball fan, you are either, you're coming to an acceptance that you are going to win and be really happy, or your team is going to lose a lot and you're going to be frustrated. And that's probably the hardest thing about sports. One of the hardest things. 2-0 count, hit foul. 2 balls and 1 strike. So Severino's already thrown 21 pitches this inning. That's a solid thing. This, you know, the pitchers now have a pitch limit of 95. They can go to 95 pitches, but you know, that right there, it can show that maybe the bullpen, the US gets the bullpen early. 2-1 pitch. That is grounded to the second baseman. Ketel Marte, easy play. That's going to do it. So Severino, he gets into trouble, but he gets out of trouble. 22 pitches in the first inning. The USA does not score. So we are now going to the bottom of the second inning. And I think this is one of the most exciting things about this game, to see Paul Skenes pitch. I'm not going to lie. For me to see Paul Skenes pitch right now versus the Dominican Republic, that right there for me is like, I'm absolutely hype about that. I'm going to be honest. Paul Skenes versus the Dominican Republic, like, that's just different. Like, I don't think he's ever pitched in this big of a game in his career. And, he's doing it right now, and it's just intense. I'm not gonna front. It's intense, and I'm here for it. But I understand as a baseball fan, excuse me, when you decide to be a baseball fan, you are either, or a sports fan in general, you are either gonna win and be excited, your team's gonna win, or if you're a sports player, you're gonna win. But the reality is, your team is a good chance that your team will lose a lot, because that's the nature of sports. Sports are like that, where you win a lot of games, yeah, for the good teams at least, but you also lose a lot of games. You're also gonna lose a lot of games, and that right there is just, it just makes it hard to be a sports fan, because who doesn't want to see their team win? Everybody wants to see their team win, but at the same time, you're not gonna always see your team win. So that right there is just, it's no joke, boy. It's no joke. When you're a sports fan, I know a lot of people, they invest, they bet into sports, and look, I don't bet on sports, but I definitely put what I definitely put my faith on the line, or my emotions on the line for sports, because I like sports a lot. This game is gonna be really intense. I'm telling you, really, really intense, really, really intense game. This is gonna be, and well, we're about to see Paul Skenes go to the mound. We're about to see Paul Skenes go to the mound, and what they've been saying, he's never faced a lineup like this. First pitch from Paul Skenes, misses inside, 98 miles per hour. It is a ball. So Paul Skenes, he has a lot of pitches, a lot of different pitches, and he's gonna need to be able to throw them for strikes. So here's the 1-0 pitch. That is gonna be a strike, 94 mile per hour splitter. Look, are any of you nervous? If you're on it, are any of you nervous? Are you nervous watching this game? Cause it's just crazy. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That is popped up a mile high, but the left fielder Roman Anthony is there, and that is gonna be the first out of the inning. So look, we're gonna learn something about Paul Skenes. I'm a Paul Skenes fan, but he's pitching for the Pittsburgh Pirates, where I will say this: they are having some more prospects coming up, and I think they even had a pretty decent offseason. I think that they're going to be better this year, but the reality is, his last few years, he hasn't pitched in many crucial games. First pitch to Ketel Marte, strike one. 97 mile per hour sinker, strike one. But this game here is like, oh my God, this is the biggest game he's ever pitched in his life. And that's why I have the caption, one of the biggest baseball games in history. 0-1 pitch, misses outside with a 91 mile per hour changeup. And that's a great thing about this. I don't know how far they're going to push them, but these pitchers can throw in this game 95 pitches. There's a no limit in that. Here's the 1-1. Ketel Marte way out in front of that. That's popped up. There is Bryce Terang, makes the play. So 6 pitches in, and Paul Skenes has 2 quick outs. And now he's about to face Juan Soto, which, look, this is probably the only game that I won't root for Juan Soto. Look, if the DR wins, I'm not going to be mad, like brokenhearted or frustrated, like if the Mets lost to the Yankees in the World Series, or if the Mets lost the World Series. But Juan Soto's with the Mets. I'm rooting for the U.S. in this game. First pitch to Soto, misses outside, 1 ball and no strike. So far, Skenes, 7 pitches, 2 outs. He's looking really, really, he's not overthrowing the ball. He's not looking too amped up, and that's a good sign. But hey, 1-0 pitch. Soto takes a strike, 94 mile per hour splitter. And this is one of the biggest things about Skenes. Skenes doesn't just throw hard. He has a lot of pitches. Now, this is the best lineup he's ever faced in his career. Off, hands down. 1-1 pitch. That is hit to Bryce Terang. What a play. And that's going to end the inning. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. What a play by Bryce Terang. And we are going to the second inning, folks. So 9 pitches it takes. And Paul Skenes works through this inning really, really fast. And we are now going to the second inning. Look, so far the contact for both sides has not been great. Severino struck out the first 2 batters. He struck out Bobby Witt and he struck out Bryce Harper. Judge hit a bullet. Now Schwarber he got hit by a pitch, so he couldn't, hit. And then Gunnar Henderson, hit a weak ground ball to second. Paul Skenes faced 3 batters. He's gonna face Vladdy to lead off the bottom of the second. But a pop-up by Fernando, Ketel Marte, pop-ups, weak pop-ups. And Juan Soto hits a weak ground ball that, well, let me not say a weak ground ball. It was hit pretty well, but Bryce Terang wasn't hit hard enough to get through. So, look, this, I don't know. I think I'm gonna run out of words, and sometimes my facial expressions are just gonna probably take over with how crazy this game and how intense this game is gonna be, because this game is just like, I don't know how to put it into words other than it's must see TV. This is a baseball game that, and look, even if you're not a fan of baseball, this is a sports event that I don't think you should miss this game. This is a sports event that I don't think you should miss. And look, I'm here for it, and so far is off to an electric start. So far it is off to an electric start, and I am here for it. So look, shout out to everybody that's here with us. Shout out to everybody that is joining these lives. You're joining for a portion. And, I know that a lot of people are looking for places to watch the game. But, unfortunately, on this channel, I'm not streaming it so you can see it. But I'm streaming it so you can hear the emotion. And if you're a type of person that you like to see the emotions of people, so this is it right here, because this game is going to be absolutely crazy. Yeah, in 2005 season, Severino's average was 95.6 in miles per hour. First inning, 98.8. So you already know he's throwing really, really hard. So Will Smith is up. Here's the first pitch from Severino. That is going to be a strike hitting the outside corner. So Will Smith has only played 2 games in the World Baseball Classic. Now USA has only played 5, but he has hits. 0-1 pitch, way inside and misses. And Kyle Riley, I don't think he should even touch this game. I don't think, because he's just been a no-show in the World Baseball Classic, and he's gonna have to live with that because he hasn't been doing anything. 1-1 pitch. That is going to be fouled, a high sinker, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So both pitchers are really off to a good start. Skenes was the total opposite. Skenes threw 9 pitches to get out of the first, whereas Severino threw 22 pitches. He got into some trouble, but he got out of it. So here is the 1-2 pitch to Smith. That is going to be fisted to right field. It's going to drop. It is going to be a leadoff base hit for Will Smith. And the USA has a leadoff hit in this ball game. So, look, I don't even know how, I predicted that the US, if you haven't seen the video, I dropped the video. I predict that the US is going to win this game 7-5. That's my prediction. Now, let's see what's going to happen. I think that Skenes is going to really have a good game, though. All right, let's see the first pitch to Roman Anthony. He swings 99 miles per hour, fouls it away. So Roman Anthony's been a huge bright spot for Team USA in this World Baseball Classic. He's been somebody that's been reliable. He's been somebody that's come through. Will Smith is at first base, 0-1 pitch. He swung at a high ball, 0-2 quickly. So, I'm predicting, I think that the U.S. is going to take this game. That's just my prediction. But look, I won't be surprised if the DR wins, because this is the type of game that it's a pick'em. There is 2 all-star superstar teams, but arguably 0-2 pitch. fouled away. So he's catch 100 miles per hour from Severino. He is completely amped up to start this game. Look, like how I was gonna say, he is completely amped up. I'm just checking my live to make sure it's good there. Yeah, we're good there. All right, let's see the 0-2 pitch right here. Strike 3, got him. That's gonna be the first out of the inning. That was a tough pitch. He changed his eye level. He was going high, and then he threw that ball low, and Roman Anthony, the eye level changed, and what can you say right there? That was a absolute filthy pitch right there. Absolute filthy pitch that he just threw, and oh boy, first pitch to Bryce Terang. It is a ball, no balls, and 1 strike. This is the hardest I've ever seen Severino throw. I've never seen Severino throw this hard before. Never. I've never seen him throw this hard before. 0-1 pitch. That is hit to the double play ball. They get 1, and that's going to do it. Double play. So Severino throws that hard sinker, pitcher's best friend. Quick inning. The U.S. gets a leadoff hit from Will Smith. But that's the thing when you're a sinker pitcher. When you're able to throw sinkers, you are going to get a lot of strikeouts. You're going to get a lot of ground balls. So that was a pretty fast inning. It started off promising. The U.S. had a leadoff hit, but it didn't amount to anything as Severino gets the ground ball double play. So this is where we're at right now. And look, when you become a sports fan, you're setting yourself up. That's just all I could say. You're setting yourself up for what? I'm a sports fan. Your team is not always going to win, and you just got to be able to live with that. You got to be able to live with the fact that your team is not always going to win. Even the best teams, they're going to lose a lot, and you got to be able to just deal with it. So we're here right now for this, and if the U.S. loses, I'm going to be definitely disappointed, frustrated, not going to be happy about it. But it's baseball. In any given game, any given day, any team can beat any team. So this is going to be absolutely no joke. Having some plantain chips real fast. Look, the Spanish in me is having plantain chips, but I'm rooting for the U.S. in this game. So the plantain chips, plantain power. But boy, oh boy, what a game this is going to be. And I don't know. The only thing I know is that as it gets later, because right now it's early, it's 8:31 New York, Toronto time. As it gets later, it's going to be harder for me to yell. Can't wake people up or scare people. But I am going to have to absolutely pitch my voice because I want to see the U.S. win, and I know that it's going to be some dramatic moments in this game. I don't see a blowout. I see a close game throughout. Shout out to T-Mobile from the USA. When you're a T-Mobile client, you get a free MLB subscription. You have to redeem it between March 24th and March 30th. So shout out to the MLB on that regard because that right there is absolutely electric. So Paul Skenes is facing right now Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And he's hitting 500 in the World Baseball Classic. See the first pitch? First pitch from Skenes to Vladdy's 84 mile per hour sweeper. Oh my goodness, man. How do you throw 100 miles per hour and then you start him off with an 84 mile per hour sweeper? Oh my goodness, man. Here is the 0-1 pitch to Vladdy. Chop to the third baseman. What a play by, oh boy, what a play by Gunnar Henderson. That is gonna be a quick out off of Vladdy. Look, I'm not liking. Look, you can make hit adjustments in games because look, you go through the lineup the first time. Some hitters can say, look, on the first time through the lineup, we're gonna really, we're going to attack him. We can't get behind in the counts, which is a good approach. I'm not going to sit here and go against that. Manny Machado's up. First pitch to him. Swinging and missing 97 mile per hour fastball. So that right there is a really good thing. But Now, if you're swinging early and you're not having good contact, it's dangerous because then you have to change the approach because you're not making the pitcher work that much. He is the 0-1 swing and a miss, 0-2 right now. So both pitchers are looking really good off the start, but Skenes, he started off really efficient in this game. But hey, it's early, and the Dominican Republic team, they can erupt in one moment. There's no breaks. There's no breaks in any of these lineups. It's like hitter after hitter after hitter that is just dominant. 0-2 pitch. Here it is. Got him. Strike 3. Oh boy, Paul Skenes is off to an amazing start right now. But look, in the good moments and in the bad moments, this is what I need to tell myself. And I've already told myself this. In the good and in the bad moments, Sammy, don't get too high, don't get too low. For example, it's a great start by Paul Skenes. A great start, an amazing start by Paul Skenes. But in baseball, the momentum could change like that, like we saw yesterday. Here's the first pitch to Caminero, misses outside, 86-mile-per-hour sweeper. You know, we saw yesterday Japan, Venezuela jumped all over them. Let's see the 1-0 pitch first to Junior Caminero. 1-0 pitch, that is a 94-mile-per-hour splitter. You know, the tough thing about Skenes that I'm seeing, the hitters are going to have to guess. They can't just sit fastball because he has literally like 4 or 5 elite pitches. That's what makes him so good. But hey, 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 94-mile-per-hour splitter. That is a filthy location. But all right, I'm going to go to this after this commercial break, but oh my gosh, watching sports and being a fan is just too much, man. It's too much because the emotions, the intensity that you put into this stuff. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Skenes. That is hit crushed way back. And the Dominican Republic leads 1-0. Wow. Junior Caminero hits an absolute bomb of a home run off of Paul Skenes. And that was a mistake pitch right there. Wow. The Dominican Republic leads 1-0. Junior Caminero hits an absolute bomb of a home run, 401 feet. Exit velo was 106 miles per hour. The thing about that pitch, and that was a mistake pitch by Skenes, he left it up. He left that pitch up and Caminero covered it. So Paul Skenes learned something right there. He learned something there. And wow, what an absolute bomb that was. So the Dominican Republic, they lead this game early. It's 1-0. Here's the pitch to Julio. Did he go on that pitch? He checked it. It is now a 1-ball-and-no strikes. So yeah, that was a mistake pitch by Skenes. You could see it was a hanger. It was a sweeper, but he hung it. First pitcher, first mistake, 1-0 pitch, fouled away, 99 miles per hour. Yeah, it wasn't a great location. It was just up. Ah, yeah, he hung it. He knew it. He knew right away that he gave that up. He knew right away when that ball was hit. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Julio. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. I don't know. See, this is the thing with me. In the high moments, all right, I'm going to talk about this right after this inning. Let's see if the U.S. could get out of this inning and keep it at bay. Let's see. 1-2 pitch. One-two pitch. Here it is. Fouled it into his foot. We're going to do it again. Wow. Junior Caminero. This guy's been elite in the World Baseball Classic. This game is happening in Miami, Florida, but the home field advantage. Miami, Florida in the U.S. But Miami, Florida is taken over by the Dominican Republic. They are the home team, yeah, but they are also the home team in the sense of the fan, the crowds. The crowd is there, even though the game's in the U.S. Imagine this game was in Santo Domingo. Oh my goodness. 1-2 pitch. Hit. Bryce Terang is there. So that's going to do it. So look, Paul Skenes gives up a home run. Dominican Republic draws first blood. We're going to the third inning right now. And look, this is what I wanted to talk about right now. If you're a US fan, if you're a Dominican Republic fan, this is what I'm gonna do. Now everybody's different. I'm gonna stay level. Now, of course, if it gets down to 5-6-7-0, that's a different ball game. But in the good moments and in the bad moments, I'm not gonna get too high. I'm not gonna get too low. I'm gonna be calm. I'm gonna chill, and I'm gonna just watch the game. I'm gonna react when I need to react. But right now, it's 1-0. Of course, I could already put a face on like it's over. I'm not about to do that. It's early. Again, he's facing a tough line of Paul Skenes. And again, I'm all right, thank you. Not right now. My wife offered me some food right now. Unfortunately, yesterday I mentioned I really don't want to be eating on the lives. I'm eating chips because that's something fast, but to eat a meal is just so tough. Now you see it. Now you do. What did I just said? I can't believe it. Brother BK's in the building. Yeah, look. I was just saying, Brother BK, in the good moments in this game and the bad moments, I'm not about to get too high or too low. It is early in the game. We are literally in the third inning. Now, I will say this. The first 2 innings have gone pretty fast. Excuse me. The first 2 innings in this game have gone really, really fast. Like, really, really fast. So, with that being said, they've gone really fast. If this could be one of those games. Now, I did predict kind of a high-scoring game, but hey, look, the U.S. is gonna have to come through. They were never gonna win this game 1-0, 2-1. I never believed that. For minimum, the U.S. needs to score. I'm saying I predicted 7-5. U.S. is gonna win, but minimum they're gonna need to score like 5 to 6 runs to even have a chance. That's my prediction. Let's see right now though, because we are here and oh boy, this game, I'm telling you, this game is already intense right now. Absolutely intense. So look, I'm hyped for it. You that are in the comment section, it's true, but what's your thoughts of Luis Severino's performance? Brother BK, Luis Severino is absolutely electric. They showed a stat. His fastball is touching 100. First pitch to Pete Crow Armstrong, 96 mile per hour cutter, fouled away. Luis Severino is touching 100 miles per hour. His MLB average last year was about 95 miles per hour. He's touching 100. 0-1 pitch. Pete Crow Armstrong misses outside. Now, the U.S., they've gotten his pitch count. He's already up to 34 pitches. That's not crazy. It's solid. Still got more in the tank. But the U.S.'s offense has to come through. You couldn't put the pressure. Look, Skenes, give up 1 run. It's 1 run. 1-1 pitch. He checked. I mean, he didn't check. Strike 1. Strike 2, excuse me. Excuse me. The U.S.'s offense is going to have to come through if they want to win this game. They were not winning this game 1-0. I don't see it 2-1. They're going to need to score runs. It's just as simple as that. So, 1-2 pitch to Pete Crow Armstrong. Severino's looking good so far. Here it is. That is grounded. It's going to go foul. Look, I've seen Severino pitch a lot for the Yankees, for the Mets. This is probably the best that I've ever seen him look. I understand it's early. 1-2 innings doesn't define the whole start, especially in the beginning. But he started off electric. Here is the 1-2 pitch. That is going to be fouled away, 99 miles per hour. Pete Crow Armstrong, second player in Cubs history with 30-plus home runs and 30 stolen bases in a single season. The last one, wow, 1993 and 1995, Sammy Sosa. And I will say this, when I was younger, they used to call me Sammy Sosa. My name is Sammy. But Pete Crow Armstrong was in the Mets farm. He got traded in that Javi Baez trade. 1-2 pitch, misses up high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So that was 100 miles per hour. Look, Severino is touching 98, 99, 100, and he's doing it with ease. Like, he's doing it often. It's not like once in a while. He's dialing it up. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Severino. So that is going to be the first out of the inning. And yeah, Severino, he has the experience to pitch in a game like this. He absolutely has the experience to pitch in a game like this. And yeah, that's the thing. To start off this game, this is what, their third or fourth strikeout. The U.S. has to put the ball in play. Brother BK, it's quite true. Ever since he stepped out of the Yankees career, including Mets, he's quite electrified and quite passionate, just like Sammy Sosa. Yeah, this is the best I've ever seen Luis Severino off the start. 1-0 pitch. Here is the 1-0, 2-0 pitch. It's 2-0 now. He's looking really good. Now, his pitch count's going up there. 41 pitches already. So, I mean, but in this game, they could go 95. So, he's still more than halfway there. That is going to be the first strike to Bobby Witt Jr. 2 balls and 1 strike. They're making him work. I'll give that. Now, I don't know if he can go this hard into the 5th, 6th, throwing this hard. I don't know, but we're going to see. 2-1 pitch. That is missing outside. 3-1. Severino, don't complain, man. I missed. 3-1 count right now. Oh boy, I don't know if anybody else is nervous, but this is a nervous scene. I'm nervous watching this game. 3-1. That is ripped right in front of Soto. Soto plays it on a hop, and that was a good job by Soto there to not even try to dive for that ball, because if he would have dove for that ball and let it get by him, and Soto was playing really deep there. I mean, extremely deep he was playing. And what an adjustment by Bobby Witt Jr. there. But Soto was playing really deep there. So they're trying to keep, like, he was a few feet from the warning track. And, it could be either way. If he could pitch 4 or 5 innings. Yeah, if he pitches 4 or 5, Bryce Harper takes inside, 1 ball, no strike. And look, if I'm the U.S., I'm trying to wait Severino out. Now, he's been throwing strikes, but I'm trying to wait him out because he can lose it. He can get wild. He can. But he's a good pitcher. I'm not going to say that. So this is a big inning right here. 1-0 pitch. It's ripped over the head of the first baseman. Bobby Witt is going first to third. Tatis gets it. Harper's going to second. It is going to be a double for Bryce Harper. And the USA is in business with runners on second and third. 1 out. And Aaron Judge is now coming up. But look. This is probably the best swing Bryce Harper's had all World Baseball Classic. That ball was just hit over the head of Vladdy. And look, brother BK, if he goes 4 innings, for me, that's not good enough. For me, 5, that's really good. 5, 1 run, 2 runs, you got what you wanted. He did his job. But if he goes 4 innings and gets taken out because he gives up 3, 4, 5 runs, for me, that right there, ugh. Even the 4 anything, you're going to have to throw your bullpen out early. So Judge is up. 46 pitches for Severino. Here's the first pitch to Judge. Judge hits it off of his foot. It is going to be no balls and 1 strike. That's crazy. Judge hit this ball so hard off of his foot, it went to Manny Machado like it was a ground ball. That's unbelievable right there. Oh my gosh, man. Unbelievable. Look, this is one of the biggest baseball games in history. The U.S. has an opportunity right now. At an absolute minimum, you need to get a sac fly and tie this game up. You cannot play this game from behind if you're the U.S. 0-1 pitch to Aaron Judge. Way inside and high. 1 ball and 1 strike. If you're the U.S., this is one of those moments. One of these moments where you're like, okay, you got to come through. You can't, you cannot second and third and not come through. Nice pitch, but way to lay off there by Judge. That would have been a terrible pitch to swing at. Yeah, brother BK, I'm nervous watching this game, no lie. But Severino, for me, give him 5. Give the DR 5. Just give them 5. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Judge. Good pitch. 87-mile-per-hour sweeper. That's Severino's 50th pitch. And now this is where Judge needs to be a contact hitter. Of course, would you love a home run? Who wouldn't? But you can't sell out now. You got to put the ball in play if you're Judge right now. 2-2 pitch. Misses outside. What a take by Judge. 3 balls and 2 strikes. That's a ball, folks. It's a ball. It's a ball. It's not a strike. If he would have called that a strike, I would have been very, very angry. But that was a ball. 3-2 pitch. Oh, I don't see him throw him a fastball. I don't think he's about to do that. But he's going to throw him a pitch to hit. Wow. Struck Judge out. Damn, his 5th strikeout of the game. And this is the thing with Judge. If you're Judge, like, you cannot strike out in these moments. You can get 2nd and 3rd, and then you swung out. Let me see if this pitch here. That was a strike. Yeah, what a pitch. You tip your hat to the pitcher. You tip your hat to the pitcher. It's a perfect pitch. Perfect pitch. Kyle Schwarber right here. This is a huge part of the game right here. Huge part of the game right here for Kyle Schwarber. And that's another thing and wow, Gregory Soto is already in the bullpen for the Dominican Republic. I see him. Maybe they'll put him in to face Schwarber for 1 out. But you are not putting this guy in for long relief. If they do that, that's a mistake. You cannot. Gregory Soto throws hard, but he's also very wild. Now, people can make adjustments, but I don't know about all of that. Man, Judge, we needed that. We needed contact at least, you know? You can't strike out like that. So, look, we got Schwarber up right now. Here's the first pitch. Schwarber takes a strike, 97-mile-per-hour cutter. Look, Severino's up to 53 pitches. He's on line that he can go 5. I just don't know what's their pitch count limit. I don't know what they're trying to do there. So we're going to see. Kyle Schwarber takes 0-1. Here is the 0-2, misses low, 1-1. And look, Fox TV, you guys dropped the ball. You guys are showing a replay while the 3-2 pitch is being thrown to Judge. You couldn't even see the strikeout. So Fox, come on. You guys gotta do better. You cannot be showing a replay and during a strikeout. 1-1 pitch. Inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. I mean, Fox absolutely dropped the ball on that. Showing an instant replay on a 3-2 pitch to Aaron Judge with 2nd and 3rd. You're showing a replay that you've seen like a animation and you don't even see the strikeout. Come on. 2-1 pitch to Schwarber. What can he do? He missed on a 90. He was trying to make it 3-1. 98-mile-per-hour fastball. Look, Severino has 5 strikeouts. He's a strikeout away. Brother BK, boom, there goes the dynamite. Don't forget that was way strike until he used the cutter. Let's see the pitch right there. 2-2 pitch to Schwarber. Come on, Schwarber. Come on, Schwarber. We can't waste these opportunities, guys. Here's the pitch. Strike 3. Got him. Filthy. Absolutely filthy. Absolutely filthy pitch. Severino, absolutely filthy. I mean, he is just yelling at these USA hitters. Like, so, first inning for the US, 1st and 2nd, 2 outs. They didn't score. 2nd inning, they didn't have nothing going on. They had a leadoff runner. They didn't score because of a ground ball double play. Now, this inning, 2nd and 3rd, 1 out, and you don't score. Look, you cannot have much more of those because, again, the U.S., I don't expect the DR to mercy the U.S. I don't expect that. I will be stunned if I see that. But at EMF 90, oh my gosh, we got another DR fan inside of here. Man, you know what's the amazing thing? I'm rooting for the U.S. I'm born and raised in the U.S., New York, Bronx, New York. Literally, I'm in Canada, but it's like me against everybody. I have not seen one person in all the people I'm around for baseball that is rooting for the U.S. And that's frustrating. It is literally just me alone, and I'm the only person that I know rooting for the U.S. Now, back home in the U.S., of course, people are rooting for the U.S. there, but in terms of where I'm at right now in the baseball, facility, the teams, people can't stand the USA, let alone they just beat Canada a few days. They beat them in hockey. They beat them in baseball. even more reason that they don't want them to win. So, oh my gosh, we got another DR clutch fan in here. My goodness. Oh, at EMF 90, you can't cheer for the DR because they beat Nicaragua. You can't do that. So stay with Nicaragua. You can't cheer for them. Look, the U.S. has no runs and 4 hits. They have not come through. They gotta come through. DR has 1 run and 1 hit. It was a home run. And I have a visitor. Mr. Kai is there. In case you don't know, Kai is Mr. Kai the dog. He's here. Paul Skenes is back on the mound.
No barking and no random.
Facing Austin Wells right now. First pitch to Wells is going to miss up high. 1 ball and no strikes. So far, Paul Skenes is at 24 pitches in this game. 1 mistake. He threw a fastball that you can't afford to throw. So the DR is leading 1-0 and 1-0 pitch, strike 1. 97 miles per hour from Paul Skenes. Look, both Severino's looking electric. I mean, I've never seen him throw 100, 99, 99, 98 this much. I've seen him throw before. 1-1. Grounded foul by Austin Wells. I've never seen him throw this hard, this fast. I've never seen it. We have Jay Valdez on TikTok. Who's Jay? ¿Quién es Jay Valdez en TikTok? ¿Quién es? Severino's looking really good. Swing and a miss, so that's a strikeout for Paul Skenes. He's got the first out in this inning. And look, Paul Skenes is going through a lot. We got tenemos Nessa 18 también en TikTok. ¿Quién es Nessa 18? ¿Quién es JJ Valdez? ¿Quién es? Ay. Perdomo right now versus Skenes. First pitch, strike 1, 96 miles per hour. Oh boy, this game here is not easy. Ay. Vamos ver. The U.S. has to wake up the bats. So, 0-1 pitch, Skenes. This is 29th pitch of the game. Here it is. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Brother BK, when you say his pitching limitations, remember, his pitching limitations are primarily focused on managing workload. 100%. Prevent injury and correct it. 100% I agree with that. 0-2 pitch, misses up high. That's his 30th pitch of the game. They don't want to work him. They don't want him to throw a lot of pitches. I don't think they're going to go the full 95, but I mean, I don't know. We're going to see what's going to happen. But, hey, 1-2 pitch, misses low. Did it hit him? Yup, it hit Perdomo in the foot. And the DR now has a runner on first base. Perdomo's on. And he's in a little bit of pain. It looks like it may have hit him in the back foot. Or did that hit him in the top, in the front foot? Let's see right here on the replay. The replay, yes. Oof. It just hit the back foot and it just stopped all momentum. Like, oh, that's a tough play. Usually you get nipped and it flies another way. It went back into play. So that right there is a tough place. Problem, Sammy. Vamos ver. Fernando Tatis is up. Flied out in the first inning. Let us see right here. The first pitch to Tatis, up and in, brushes him off, strike 1. Look, there's no arguments that Paul Skenes has never faced a lineup like this before. He's never. He's facing the best lineup probably ever. 1-0 pitch. Misses up high, 2-0. So again, Paul Skenes, for me, he is facing the best lineup he's ever faced and probably the best lineup ever. I like the DR's lineup better than US's lineup. I've been saying that since the beginning, but 2-0 pitch. Let's see the 2-0 pitch. Misses inside. So now Skenes He's missed 5 in a row, and that's a little concerning right there because he's not throwing strikes. He's not throwing strikes. Superman al bate. Vamos a ver qué él vaya a hacer ahora. Fernando Tatis Jr. Vamos a ver. Let us see right now. 3-0 count. 3-0 count right now. Fernando Tatis, he's in a hitter's count. You give him the green light. He's going to swing here if it's close. I believe it. 3-0. Strike 1. That was a ball, Blue. That wasn't a strike. Eso fue bola, mas esos umpires aquí en el World Baseball Classic, ellos no está haciendo muy bueno. That was a ball. But, hey, 3-1. I'm surprised he didn't swing at that. But, hey, it was close. All right, the 3-1 pitch, pickoff attempt to first. He is going to get back safely. And Perdomo may be going here. I think that's Perdomo. Yeah, that's Perdomo at first base right now. He may be going right here. His first base coach whispers something into his ear. I think he's definitely going here. All right, so here is... He's not going. 3-1. Grounded. Maybe they're going to get 2. They're going to get 1. And they are not going to get 2. But they get the lead runner. So that's going to be the second out of the inning. And that was a really good job by Gunnar Henderson. Yeah, he did not grab the ball and, let me rush it and throw it and try to turn 2. Look, he got the, if you're going to go for a double play, you got to get 1 out. If you're not going to get the double play, preferably get the lead runner and you live to fight another day. So that right there. All right, Ketel Marte. If you're Paul Skenes, you got to get this out. You can't let this inning go any further. You got to get this out right here. First pitch. Misses up high. Perdomo, he pretends like he's going to go, but he goes back. 1-0. If you're Perdomo, you better not run here. Why? Well, let me not say you better not run here. I wouldn't run because if Ketel gets on base, you got Soto with runners on. Now, let's see. Fakes the run. That is going to be over the head of the second baseman. So just what I was saying. Oh, Tatis is going 3. And Judge guns him out. Judge guns him out. Let's go. Vamos. Judge guns him out. Don't run on Aaron Judge. No corra en Aaron Judge. Oh, boy. So we're going now to the 4th inning. Look, I did not like... Oh, Valdez. Con Juan Soto viniendo para batear, Tatis sabe, él no debía hacer eso. Él no debía hacer eso. Él tenía que quedar en segunda base y espera para Juan Soto batear. Él tenía que hacer eso, mas él no existe eso. So, él ayudó los Estados Unidos. Juan Soto, Fernando Tatis Jr. haciendo eso. Él ayudó los Estados Unidos porque él tenía que quedar en segunda base para dejar Soto batear. Y yo no te gusta eso. Yo quiero que los Estados Unidos gane este juego, mas yo quiero ver un juego muy bueno. Yo quiero ver béisbol bien, bueno. Mas yo no te gusta eso. Él tenía que quedar en segunda base. Porque si tú voy a hacer la última out en tercera base, entonces tiene problema. I'm saying that I did not like Fernando Tatis running to third base on that play right there. You got a base hit. I understand it's to right field. But, if you're going to go there, you better get it. If you're going to go there, you better get it. And he wasn't even close. It wasn't a close play. So you need to stay there because Juan Soto's coming up. And if Juan Soto hit a 3-run home run there, 4-0, game's over. I'm saying it, game's over. But now Tatis doing what he did took that opportunity away. Why would he even run for third? Exactly. This is the one thing that I would say for some players, not all players for the DR. They may let some of the moments be too much. And I didn't like that play. I'm a baseball fan. I'm rooting for the U.S. But I did not like Tatis going there. It wasn't even close. Judge had the ball and he was barely at second base. Come on. Not even close. Come on, Tatis. Don't do that. I'm rooting for the U.S., but I want to see good plays. I want to see good baseball. And he did not make a good play right there. Not a good play right there. First pitch from Severino to Gunnar Henderson, it is a strike. So Severino, look, Severino, I see him going maybe 4th and 5th. I don't see him going into the 6th. I don't, because he's already up to 58 pitches. 0-1. That is going to be popped up. But the U.S. is not having great swings against him. Not having great swings. You know? They're getting some hits, but not great. And, you know, they're showing... Why are they showing Luis Severino warming up? What is going on with Fox? Literally, I'm watching the game and Fox is showing, while the at-bat is happening, they're showing Luis Severino warming up with the ground screw on the field. What is going on? Here's the pitch. Fouled away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That is Severino's 61st pitch. He has, by max, he can go 34 more pitches in this ball game. So let us see what is going to happen in that regard right now. Look, 1-2 pitch right now. Let us see here. 1-2 pitch to Gunnar Henderson. That is going to miss low. That's a good spot, though. I like that spot from Severino. It's not a dangerous spot. And hey, you took it. Yeah, look, the U.S. has to get some runs. They got to score some runs. 2-2 pitch. Outside, not even close. 3-2. And Severino, look, he's been filthy. He's been filthy. The only thing I will say with Severino, I do not see him getting into the 6th. The most I see him, he could get into the 5th. I see him, he could get into the 5th. The 6th, I would be stunned. That means that the U.S. really had some quick innings. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Fouled away. What an at bat this is right now. And look, they have Gregory Soto in the bullpen. I'm shocked that he's the first person out of the bullpen. Like Gregory Soto. Look, Gregory Soto, he's a major league pitcher. He throws hard. He's electric, but he can also be wild. And I've seen... All right, let me give it after this pitch. 3-2 pitch to Gunnar Henderson. Fouled away again. So he's making Severino work. He's making Severino work in this count. This is what, maybe the 8th pitch of this at bat. So I like that. When you do that, this is the 2nd time through the order for the U.S. This is the 2nd time. So they're seeing Severino more. And that's why they're going to have to make a pitching change pretty soon. That ball's crushed. Way back. And we have a tie game, folks. Let's go. Let's go. And we have a tie game, folks. It is now 1-1. Gunnar Henderson, 2nd home run of the World Baseball Classic. Let's go. Let's go right now. Let's go, man. But again, 400 feet, you knew it right off the bat. You knew it right off the bat that was gone. And if I'm DR, don't take Severino out now. Don't take Severino out of the game right now. They better not take him out. Not right now. But what I will say with Severino, I'm going to point this point out. The first pitch to Will Smith is going to miss outside, 1 ball and no strike. Severino was throwing the hardest I've ever seen him throw. The hardest I've ever seen him throw. That's going to catch up to him now. He's at 67 pitches. He's not Superman. He's going to get tired. Will Smith rips it. That is going to get... Oh, Soto. The only time I'm not rooting for Soto, but Soto makes the play. And look, they're probably going to take... This is Severino's last inning. He's not going into the 5th. He is not going into the 5th inning. No way. Way to go, Gunnar. Let's go, man. They knew it off the bat. I knew it. As soon as I saw it off the bat, I knew that was gone. I knew that was gone. Let's go, man. Let's go, USA, man. Come on, man. We got to take this game. But again, I won't get too high or too low in these games. Yeah, Luis Severino's coming out of this ball game. Wow. I'm shocked by that. I am very shocked that they're taking Severino out of this ball game. I'm shocked by that. Look, I don't like Gregory Soto being the first person out the bullpen. Now, he can shut me up. I'm gonna put that out there. Gregory Soto could shut me up. But I will say this. Gregory Soto, I'm a Mets fan. I watch Mets games. I've seen him pitch last year. He had some games where he was dominant. But he's had some games where it's like, yo, what are you doing? Throw a strike or get an out. So I'm not too sold on the move if it is indeed him that's coming into this ball game. I am not impressed by that. I don't like that move right there. As a fan of baseball, again, I'm rooting for the U.S. in this game. They're the team I go for. I'm making that clear. But that doesn't change the fact that I am not going to, I'm not gonna, like the game and talk baseball. And as I said, the U.S. is playing, but I'm rooting for the U.S., but I'm going to talk baseball here. I'm not going to be one-sided. I'm not going to just talk about the U.S. I'm going to talk about both teams. And I don't like Gregory Soto being the first person out of the bullpen, personally. But, hey, let us see right here, right now. I don't like the first move with him coming out. Let us see right here. Hey, shout out to everybody that's on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch. I appreciate all of you for being with me here. This game has absolutely lived up to the hype. It has been absolutely electric. And I'm telling you, I mean, they put Gregory Soto in for a lefty, but he's going to have to face 3 batters. So I don't like the move, but, let us see what's going to happen in that regard right now. Roman Anthony versus Gregory Soto. I don't like the move, but I could be wrong. Look, the DR versus the US. Gregory Soto's first pitch, way up high. Wow, that sweeper was nasty. I said nasty. That ball looked like that was about to hit him, but I'm telling you, I don't like Gregory Soto coming in right now. I'm rooting for the US. 1-0, misses outside, 2-0. I don't like Gregory Soto coming in. I'm putting this out there. Ada Rodriguez 4426 joined on YouTube. Who's that? Ada Rodriguez 4426 on YouTube. I wonder who that is. The 2-0 pitch misses inside, 3-0. Look, Roman Anthony, if I could tell you something right now, please take a pitch. Take a pitch. Don't swing. Take the pitch. You're facing a pitcher that's been wild. Take a pitch. 3-0. Strike 1. Okay. Now you took the pitch. I'm not mad. Now, if you got it, take it. Go ahead. I can't be mad at that. But if he has to face, we got Star Wars here. Gunnar, you already know. Gunnar Henderson coming through. Thank you, Gunnar Henderson. 3-1. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Soto. That is going to be slashed away. So you see the difference in Gregory Soto. His first 3 pitches, not that close. His last 2 pitches have been right there. Strikes. So he's been a hit or miss pitcher. But if I'm the U.S., I understand they need to try to jump on him. Get some runs off of him. 3-2 pitch. That ball's absolutely crushed. Way back. And the USA is leading. Let's get it, man. This is why I did not want Gregory Soto in this ball game. Esa aquí es la razón que yo no quería Gregory Soto entrando este juego. Él no debía estar en este juego. No debía estar en este juego, Gregory Soto. Yo conozco a él de los Mets y Baltimore tenía momentos que él no hacía las cosas bien. En momentos grandes también. Here's the pitch. Bryce Terang switches, 99 miles per hour, 1 ball, no balls, 1 strike. I'm telling you, I don't like him being there. Gregory Soto, he has to face 2 more batters. I would have let Severino finish the inning. Me. But, all right, they made a decision. 0-1 count. Bryce Terang takes a strike at the top of the zone, strike 2. And look, as I said, in the good moments and in the bad moments, I'm not going to get too hyped because look, Paul Skenes has been in the dugout for a while. We don't know how he's going to come out of the dugout. 0-2 pitch. That's going to miss up high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. I don't know how Paul Skenes is going to come out of the dugout. He's been in the dugout for a while. So the DR could come in. He's going to face the top of the heart of the order. But, 1-2. Misses low, 2-2. And this is, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time that the Dominican Republic is trailing in a game, maybe since the first game. I think so. Nicaragua, when they trailed 2 times for 1 inning. It's the first time. Let's see how they're going to handle it. But I'm not going to get too high. 2-2. Way up high. And again, Albert Pujols. Why did you put Gregory Soto into this ball game? Albert Pujols. ¿Por qué poniste Gregory Soto en este juego? ¿Por qué? He could get the next 2 out. Swing and a miss. All right. Shut me up in that regard. Gets a strikeout there. Big strikeout there. Look, I understand it by the numbers. Putting him to face the lefties, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I didn't like that decision. Now, Severino, this is why I said they needed him to try to go 5 innings. I would have let him try to go personally, but 1-0. But the US trailing 0-1 in this inning. They take a lead off 2 solo home runs, 2 bombs. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. So look, Gregory Soto needs to live off of that. He's getting hitters to chase. They're chasing. Now he's facing hitters that are not that experienced. And he's got to get them to chase. So 1-1 pitch. Man, it's amazing that when you throw a major league hitter a pitch down the middle, they don't miss it most times. They don't miss it. 1-1 pitch. That is nubbed to Gregory Soto. It hits off of his glove, and Pete Crow Armstrong's aboard, and Bobby Witt Jr. is now up. Yeah, I think they're going to take Gregory Soto out the game right now. You got to take him out this game. Dallas Goddard. Star Wars. Dallas Goddard signs a 1-year deal with, who did he sign the deal with? Dallas Goddard signs a 1-year deal with the Philadelphia Eagles. You got to let us know, Star Wars. Gregory Soto, man. Are they taking him out or are they leaving him in? That was an easy out, Gregory Soto. And yeah, they're taking him out. Look, as I said, yeah. So I know that's a good move for the Eagles. Pujols, he's taking him out. Look. They were not supposed to put him in this game. They were not, Gregory Soto. And I'm going to stand by that. If the DR loses this game, for me, that will be one of the moments that I'm going to look back to and I'm going to say, Albert Pujols, what were you doing putting him in? You know what Albert Pujols was trying to do? He was playing the numbers because he had 3 lefties in a row. Okay. But Albert Pujols was trying to steal some outs. Why am I saying that? Because while the Dominican Republic bullpen throw really, really hard, we cannot sit here and say that they have the best bullpen ever. They don't have Mariano Rivera coming out. They don't have Edwin Diaz. If they had Edwin Diaz, maybe that's a different ball game. They have a really good electric bullpen, but Camilo Duval, electric, throws hard. But we cannot sit here and say that these guys are the best. These guys, they need a lot of work. So I don't like putting him into this ball game. Look, everybody that's joining, I appreciate every single one of you for being a part of this. And look, we are live here, and I have a description on my YouTube, and it says that people don't understand how much, it's not actually a description, but I'll put it into words. Just the fact of people joining, that already there means a lot, and means a lot. Let us see right here really fast. Let me see here really fast. Okay, move that out. How can you do this? All right. I think that's why. I don't know how. I wonder what, man, if your gifting gets suspended in your live, what should you do there? I think I need to appeal it. That's weird that it gets, you know, gets, how can I say? It gets suspended. That's really weird. Okay. Bobby Witt Jr.'s up. First pitch, strike one from Mejia. Yeah, like the DR, they have players that throw really hard. Here's the 1-0-1 pitch to Bobby Witt Jr. Misses outside 1-1. Look, the DR has people that throw hard. I get it. But that is not, you know, that is not something that, you know, major league pitchers can hit hard pitches. 1-1. That is a swing and a miss. Boy, Bobby Witt was trying to give a 2-run home run there. You know, at Star Wars, I watched Zootopia 2 today. Wow, my wife watched it the other day. I'm gonna watch it with her pretty soon. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Way outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Every pitcher so far for DR has been throwing a fastball of 98 or better. Everybody. And that's good. But if you're not mixing pitches up and you think you're just going to throw hard and get people, it doesn't work like that with major league hitters. 2-2 pitch. Misses outside. Oh, Bobby Witt swings at a filthy pitch. So, look, the U.S. gets themselves a lead in this ball game. Gunnar Henderson and Roman Anthony hit 2 absolute bombs. We could have got a run in the third if Judge and Swaba did not strike out. Exactly, Star Wars. That was a really, really big inning right there where we needed them to come through. But, hey, look, Star Wars, BK brother as well. Brother BK, sorry. This is the biggest thing that I'm looking at. Paul Skenes. Paul Skenes has not been pitching for the last, you know, Paul Skenes hasn't pitched for the last, what, 15, 20 minutes? He's been in the dugout. So I am really, really curious to see how he's going to come out of the dugout. I'm very, very curious right now. Very, very curious. I mean, very, very curious to see, you know, how. So on TikTok, my gifts are getting suspended. I'm curious why. Why are our TikTok gifts being suspended on studio? I'm curious about that. Let us see what it says. Not too sure why it's doing that, but I mean, not sure why at all. Maybe I need to change my background. I'm gonna see to try that in a few minutes. Changing my background. Bobby Witt Jr. was on third and Harper on second. I know that was a big opportunity right there. Hey, brother BK, look. I understand Severino gave up a home run. I didn't like them taking him out, brother BK. You gotta leave him in this ball game. At least let him try to finish the fourth. I understand he threw already almost 70 pitches. I get it, but you bring in Gregory Soto? Or if not, put somebody else in. Gregory Soto is the first one you're gonna put in? Come on, I can't go with that. I didn't like that move. But now, look, for me, this is the big thing. This is the big thing for me. The big thing for me is, how is Paul Skenes going to come out of the dugout? He was in the dugout for a while. We got Dom Gomez, Gail Kelly. Shout out to you on TikTok. I appreciate you being here. Nayeli joined. We got Ryan. We got Pets of Tanger. We got Jordy. This just in 13. Look, shout out to all of you that are joining on TikTok, Twitch. If you leave comments, I'm going to shout you out. I'm going to talk to you and so forth. And, you know, we're going to go for this. So, here it is now. 2-1 pitch from Paul Skenes. He's been in the dugout. He's facing Juan Soto. Misses up high. 1 ball and no strike. Look, this is a big thing for me. Because I'm curious to see how is he going to look right now. I'm curious. He was in the bullpen for a while. 1-0 pitch, way inside, 2 balls and no strike. So already to start off the inning, he hasn't even been close with these last 2 pitches. And that's something that I'm a little worried about. Shout out to Johan Mendoza, Dom Gomez. We had also, let me see here. I'm not sure the logo 2-0 pitch. That is going to be hit to right field, and Judge makes the sliding grab. Isn't that amazing? Juan Soto hitting the ball to his old teammate. Yo, you want to know something to everybody that's with me? You want to know something? I made a prediction. Look, now, my prediction was that the US and DR were going to play in the final. But you want to know a prediction that I made? This is my prediction. And I'm going to have this registered if this happens, but it's going to take at least until October or June. I mean, October or November to find out. First pitch to Vladdy. He swings at a ball that wasn't well. Look, the DR needs to respond because we got Austin the Badass joined right now. We got Miguel joined on TikTok. Shout out to all of you. You leave comments. You interact with me. I'm going to shout you out. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Vladdy. Inside, 1 ball and 1 strikes. And you know, this is the thing with Skenes. He's at 43 pitches. Skenes, if he can stay efficient, he could probably go 5 innings, maybe 6. And that would be amazing. 1-1 pitch. Vladdy chops it. That's gonna go foul. It's the third baseman, Gunnar Henderson. So it's going to be 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count right now. So we got, from Star Wars on YouTube, veteran. Star Wars is the guy. He gives all the news for Philadelphia, Pennsylvania fans. If you're a Philadelphia fan, Star Wars gives all the news. 1-2 pitch to Vladdy. Ripped. That's going to get past the third baseman all the way to the wall. And Vladdy is going to have a 1-out double for Team Dominican Republic. He absolutely smoked that ball. That ball was 116 miles per hour off the bat. Unbelievable right there. So if you know, if you're a Philadelphia fan of any sports, Star Wars on YouTube got you. Veteran All-Pro cornerback Darius Slay has made it clear that he only wants to play for one team if he returns in 2026 season for the Eagles. So we got there now where it's a 1-run game. Star Wars, it's quite true. Ever since we look bad luck, we take Severino. But I'm gonna finish reading that. Machado's up now. First pitch to Machado, misses a fastball that if in the season you've seen him crush it. And if I'm Skenes, don't throw that pitch again to Machado. Don't throw that pitch again to Machado if I'm Skenes. It's like that's definitely not quite right. But Gregory Soto in the game really making me a troublemaker. Look, I didn't like Gregory Soto being in the game. 0-1 to Skenes, that is gonna be he threw him the pitch in the same location, but it was a splitter and it was higher, a little higher. So, you know, that's interesting right there. We got Giovanni joined, Miguel joined, 0-2 count. And Vladdy could definitely be giving some signs right here to his hitter there. 0-2 hit. Bobby Witt stops it. So Bobby Witt does a big job stopping that ball, stopping it from getting to the outfield and being first and third. But the Dominican Republic is in business right now. And if I'm not mistaken, is it Perdomo is it Caminero that's up right now? This is a big at bat. Look, whenever a team takes a lead in a game, in baseball especially, what you look for is, can the next time the other team hits, can they respond? And right now, the Dominican Republic is in a position where they can respond. And we got Paul Skenes right now versus Caminero. Caminero, the only mistake that Skenes pitched was a solo homer in the second inning. And look, this is what I was mentioning with Skenes. He's been in the dugout for a while. And it's tough. It's tough when you're a pitcher and you're in the dugout for that long. The first pitch to Caminero from Paul Skenes, here it is. It is going to be a strike, 99 miles per hour. He just went at him right there. Oh my God. Look, baseball, playoff baseball. This is playoff baseball. This is World Series baseball right here. This stuff is just too intense. I'm telling you, it's too intense right now. 0-1, misses low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Caminero's having some really good at-bats. Paul Skenes is at 50 pitches. Look, what does Paul Skenes need right now? He needs pitcher's best friend, ground ball double play. If Paul Skenes can get pitcher's best friend, ground ball double play, that would absolutely be a huge momentum for the U.S. 1-1 pitch. Grounded. They may have it. They're going to get one. Oh my gosh. Bryce Terang. Oh my gosh. So a picture perfect ground ball double play hit to Bryce Terang. He catches it, but then he bobbles it. I don't know if it was on the transfer. And he was trying to go a little. They're going to review it. Oh my goodness. Where it stands right now. No, I don't think that they're reviewing it. Bryce Terang. You got to know that Camanero's running. That may have, Terang, really, exactly, Star Wars. What is Terang doing right there? Yeah, they're not going to challenge it. The Dominican Republic, I don't think that they can afford to risk a challenge this early in the game. Should have been a double play. They were given a gift. Should have been a double play. But Terang, you got to make that play. Julio Rodriguez is up. First and third, 2 outs. Can Skenes get out of it? First pitch, that is going to be a strike. They didn't even need the umpire. It's a strike. I mean, they didn't need to check. It was a strike. So first and third, we're in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Dominican Republic, yeah, Star Wars, that did. But can Skenes get out of it? We got Perrina, Kelvin, that is inside on Julio. 1 ball and 1 strike. We got Ross, Lively, Kelvin. Shout out to all of you that are on TikTok joining right now. So 1-1 count. Look, Skenes has had to work this inning. This has been his hardest working inning so far. If he can get out of it unscathed, it will be really good. Really, really good. Let's see what's going to happen right now. 1-1 pitch. That is going to be grounded foul. He did not give in. Most pitchers in that count are throwing a fastball trying to get ahead 1-2. He threw him a 94-mile-per-hour splitter, like almost right down the middle. Dom Gomez joins again. Shout out to Dom Gomez. Who's Dom Gomez? Dom Gomez has been joining a lot on TikTok. 1-2 pitch. Can Skenes in the U.S. get out? Julio calls timeout. So, look, already, this has been the most intense game for me because this is an elimination game. You know, this is elimination. It's win or go home. Look, both of these teams have aspirations. It's championship or bust. It's a failure. They both want to win. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Skenes to Julio. Inside, and it hit him. Wow. Paul Skenes hits Julio, and now that's his second hitter that he's hit in this game. And now all of a sudden, the Dominican Republic has the bases loaded with 2 outs. Look, if I'm the if I'm the U.S., all right, let me give both point of views. Look, first off, the U.S. should be out of it. Bryce Terang, that was pitcher's best friend. That hit him like right in this area. It looked like it got him on the meat part, but the bone is not too far. Boy, right on the forearm part. Oh boy, that hurts. It hurts just watching it. We had Jasfin 500. Jasmine also joined. Shout out to everybody that's joining these lives. You know, if you leave comments, if you interact with me, I'm gonna interact with you. And regardless of anything, I appreciate everybody that's joining. Look, this is where it goes now. For the US's sake, please give Paul Skenes a mound visit. This has been his hardest working inning, and this is arguably up to this point the biggest inning of the game. Imagine the the DR gets a bases clearing double right now. Austin Wells, imagine that. Imagine that. And now, I think Austin Wells is swinging first pitch here. But imagine that. You know? Imagine the U.S. gets out of this. It's both ways. This is a huge moment in this game. Absolutely moment. Strike 1, Austin Wells swings at the first pitch. Out in front of it, hits it foul. Passed on the first base side. So, look. Now, Skenes didn't do that on purpose, but I would have preferred to face Austin Wells instead of Julio. But, of course, he was 1-2 there. So, 0-1 pitch to Austin Wells. This is a big at-bat. Inside. Yes, Skenes, he's missing a lot. He's not sharp. So, this shows right here. Look, if you're the USA, can you get Skenes out of this inning here with a 2-1 lead? If the Dominican Republic takes a lead of 4-3, 4-1, that ball's lined. Oh, just foul. Boy, oh boy. That was the type of hit that just clears the bases. Unfortunately, it's true. Dominican Republic has indeed assembled an upgraded star-studded lineup, aiming to redeem themselves after a disappointing, exactly, in 2023. Elite offensive additions, rising talent, pitching enhancements, top to bottom power management made by Albert Pujols, who has described the group as being the potential to be the best in the nation's history. And I agree with that. We got a timeout from Wells. Look, this is a big pitch right here. Skenes has hit 2 hitters already. Is he gonna get this out, or is he gonna give up? Another run? We're about to find out right now. But this is a big hit. We have Gilberto Galvez joining. Gilberto 1-2 pitch. Here it is. The 1-2 pitch from Skenes. Fouled away. That's a good cut right there by Austin Wells. He swung at a ball, but the thing is, when you're a baseball player and you start your swing, to stop it, it's not easy. This is why pitchers always have the advantage, but the more you see pitchers, you start to make adjustments. Look, based on this inning here, I'm gonna give my take after the 1-2 pitch. 1-2 pitch, popped them up. Left field, Roman Anthony's there. He makes the play. Let's go. Paul Skenes gets out of it. Paul Skenes gets out of the bases loaded. We are going now to the 5th inning in this ball game. Boy, oh boy, we are going now to the 5th inning in this ball game. Boy, oh boy, I tell you, this game. Look, Justin joined on TikTok. Shout out to Justin. I think that this is the Dominican Republic's best team ever, in my opinion. This is their best team ever. But, you know, I mean, just the best. Look, can I be honest with you? The best team doesn't always win, especially in baseball, especially in a one game. The best team doesn't always win. They don't, especially in baseball. They don't. So I'm going to keep it honest. I'm rooting for the U.S., but my opinion, the lineup of the DR is better than the U.S. Arguably, the DR has a better team than the U.S. Now, it's not a landslide. No, it's close. It's close. But the DR has, for me, Sophia joined. Shout out to Sophia. The DR has, for me, they have the best lineup in this World Baseball Classic. That's just my opinion. So, you know, it's some tough stuff, and you know, we're here for this, and I'm telling you. Now, Paul Skenes, I think that the 5th inning could be his last inning. That's my opinion. I think that will be his last inning. I don't see Paul Skenes going 6. After how this inning just went, I can't see them pushing Paul Skenes that much more. Wow. What a game this has been so far, folks. What a game this has been so far. This has been an absolute amazing game, and we're here for it, folks. We're here for it. Now, can the USA get some separation? Can they get some separation in this ball game? Can they get some runs? Can they get anything? We had Kay Allen, say hi, Big Gabe, Matthew, shout out to all of you that joined. Wow, so I'm telling you, it's, you know, it's some serious stuff right here right now. And so we got Bryce Harper up right now. He's facing Mejia for the Dominican Republic, where he was in the dugout for a long time. First pitch, Bryce Harper sees, hits it to Soto in left field. Soto's there. 1 pitch, 1 out. So that's a quick 1 pitch, 1 out. And look, if you're the U.S. now, you wanna, Orlando joined on TikTok. If you're the U.S., try to be a little patient right now. You don't want Skenes to come back into this game literally that. Like, I think Skenes is coming back in for sure. Paul Skenes is feeling good, intense between pitching strategy until Dominican Republic feeling really reloaded. He literally needs to keep an eye, or else he will get messed up. That's going to miss high on Judge. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, Paul Skenes. But so far up to this, Paul Skenes. Now, he can come out in the 5th and get absolutely ripped. But up to this moment, he's been amazing. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Judge. Judge crushes it way back. And that ball is gone. I just messed up. Julio Rodriguez robbed Aaron Judge. And this is why I just said I cannot celebrate too early. No lie, the way Julio was running that ball down, I'm like, that ball's gone. He was running it like, then again, you look at it like he was trying to size it up, but it looked like he was running it like he was trying to, it looked like he was running it trying to like he was giving up, like it was gone. But oh, this is one I 100% gotta make this. This is gonna be something that I'm gonna put on a short. I have to put that right there. Where we at right now? Top 5 inning. I gotta make a clip of that. Top 5 inning robbery. Oh boy, what a play. What a play by Julio. 0-1 pitch to Schwarber. He misses that. That is gonna be fouled away. What a play. Look, as we talk about momentum, Valdez, ese ahí fue muy bueno. Wow. Muy bueno ahí. What a catch at EMF 90. Absolutely unbelievable. 0-2 pitch. Schwarber takes it low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Look, in the beginning, I was hoping Skenes could go 6 innings, but if he goes 5, you got to take it. But this is where the DR needed to just keep it close off of Skenes. Because I'm confident that the DR can come off the US's bullpen. I'm confident that 1-2 pitch, Schwarber fouls it away. I'm very confident that the DR can get something. So what a catch, Postgame. Okay, USA beat Canada in where? Where did they beat them at? Wow, he literally got flinched. I was thinking it's way gone, but Julio, what a play by Julio. We have Silvana, shout out there. 1-2 pitch to Schwarber. That is hit. It is going to get past Ketel Marte. So it's going to be a 2-out base hit, and the USA has a base runner. Man, just imagine if that was a home run right there. How that changes the game. Just imagine that stuff like that changes the game. Stuff like that makes a difference in the game. And the fact that that happened, it is absolutely next level. So Gunnar Henderson, who hit a home run in the 4th inning, he's up. And Albert Pujols is making a change. So we're going to have a pitching change right now, folks. It's 2-1. USA's leading. Look, for me, the US has too many opportunities and they're not cashing in. I'm confident with Paul Skenes. I'm confident with Mason Miller to an extent. I can't say that I'm that confident with the full bullpen of the US. I can't say. I can't. I'm being honest. So we're going to see. But wow, what a game this has been. This has been absolutely electric. You guys have no idea what this means to be able to do a live like this. And it's just amazing to watch something like this. It's amazing. And I'm here for it, and I'm really enjoying this. And man, baseball is an amazing sport. The intensity of baseball is like no other. I say again, the intensity of baseball is just different, folks. Baseball's intensity is different. Baseball's energy, it's just different. Like, I get it. It has some slow moments, like at EMF 90, USA, Star Wars, Brother BK. I get it. But, man, baseball has a lot of slow moments, but it doesn't change the fact that the electricity in this sport is just next level. It's next level in this sport. I'm telling you, this is an electric sport, and I love baseball. Been a baseball fan since I was maybe 8 years old, 9 years old. Been a huge part of my life. I played high school baseball. I'm playing in a men's league now, coaching, doing a page where I'm talking baseball. Baseball's been a really big part. Team USA makes history with the Paralympic sled hockey gold medal over Canada. Yeah, I knew that they won the hockey match. So USA, Star Wars, yeah, something I've been talking about. Like, it's something, I'm in Canada, it's something really big over here that the Canadians lost. So it's definitely tough. But look, if there's one thing, the game is still early, man. Game is still early. Game's not over neither. I celebrated too early. That video, I'm gonna make a clip out of that. I celebrated way too early. I literally thought the way Julio was sizing that up, I didn't think he was sizing it up. Here, I did not think Julio was sizing that up. I didn't think, but the way he scared that. And I think, honestly, me posting that clip, I'm going to be a meme after that. With the facial reaction that I put, I think I'm going to become a meme after that. All jokes aside. Like, if that clip that I'm going to post of my facial reaction, I think I'm going to become a meme. Gunnar Henderson hits it to the first baseman, Vladdy. That's going to do it. So the USA, they threaten. They almost have a home run, but that is going to do it. We're going to the bottom of the fifth inning. Brazaban does the job. That's why USA need to keep Paul Skenes in the game. But if Mark DeRosa would change the pitcher, they literally need to brace themselves until till I did say all about the bullpen weakness. I agree. I agree, brother BK. Excuse me. I have no arguments. I 100% agree that, look, I respect the health of the players. Am I saying pitch Skenes to 95 pitches? No. If it's going to risk his health, if it's going to affect him for the Pittsburgh Pirates, don't do it. Maybe 80 pitches. I think now, if I'm not mistaken, he's at 60 pitches. It's realistic that he can get through this fifth inning. It's realistic. But I will say this, that, look, getting through 5 in this lineup. Oh, I have the score wrong, by the way. My bad, folks. I have the score wrong. It's 2-1. The US is up. My bad on that one. You know, but look, David Bednar's a solid pitcher. Whitlock, solid. Who else? Mason Miller. I trust him, even though he's never probably pitched in a. Yeah, I messed up the scoreboard, brother BK. My bad. I fixed it up though. But I cannot sit here and say I trust the US's bullpen. I can't. While, look, they can come up and come through the moment. Don't get me wrong. They can make it. They can come through. But I'm not about to sit here and say that the US has the best bullpen. Now, if I'm going to the bullpen for the US, for me, if Paul Skenes, let's say Paul Skenes gets through the 5th. Let's say, all right, I'm going to make this prediction. Paul Skenes gets through the 5th inning, but it's going to be a 2-2 game after the 5th inning, going into the 6th. I'm not going Tyler Rogers. No, stay away from Tyler Rogers. I am going to go probably. It's just tough. It's tough because, you know, against this lineup, you don't want to just put anybody against this lineup, you know. So I'm at a tough part there. Now, if you're Paul Skenes, getting the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, or is this the 9 hitter, Perdomo? Yeah, it's Perdomo. So Perdomo's the 9 hitter. Getting Perdomo is absolutely clutch. You do not want to let Fernando Tatis come up with an opportunity to give a lead to the DR. So I'm not most confident with the US's bullpen. Just saying on it. First pitch to Perdomo, strike 1. I'm not that confident. I've been putting that out there since the beginning, and I'm not that confident. But we're gonna see what's gonna happen now. All right, the 0-1 pitch. Here it is. That is gonna be fouled off. I think that's his first curveball that Skenes has thrown all game. I don't think I've seen him throw any curveball. Now, if he gets through this inning, he's at 62 pitches, 43 strikes, 19 balls. If he gets through this around 75, could he come out for the 6th? It's possible. It's very, very possible. It's possible that he could do that. Let's see. Can he get some outs quickly? Here's the 0-2 pitch to Perdomo. Hit to center field, but Roman Anthony's there. It's gonna be 1 out. So that's a quick out there. We got Donka _ Wonka joined on TikTok. Fernando Tatis is coming up. And look, the worst that Tatis can do is tie the game up. We got Jonathan joined the live stream. Shout out to Jonathan there. Shout out to everybody that's on Twitch, TikTok, YouTube. Everybody that's joined, I appreciate all of you. Yeah, so, you know, this is just some tough stuff in baseball. Like, baseball is a tough sport. Such a tough sport, I'm telling you. Let us see here right now. So, Tatis is up. Yeah, and that's a thing. That they're talking about Paul Skenes right now. Here's the first pitch of Tatis. Misses inside, 1 ball, and no strikes. Yeah, the Pirates, I like the move that they made. I think that they made some pretty good movements. Here. Okay, the 1-0 pitch. That is gonna be broken bat, hit foul, 1 ball and 1 strike. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Paul Skenes, you know, they're talking about him staying healthy. You're hoping for him, Paul Skenes, to stay healthy, to be well. That's something that you absolutely want for him to, you know, to be able to stay healthy. You don't want to see pitchers get injured. All right. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That is going to be chopped. Foul ball. Wow. Wow. That had potential to be trouble there. What a play by Gunnar Henderson to let that ball go foul. What a play by him letting that ball go foul. Absolutely a good job there letting that ball go foul. Oh boy, I'm telling you, games like this are just no joke. They are so intense. I'm telling you, these games are just so intense. It's no joke. So Fernando Tatis is down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here is the 1-2 pitch to Tatis. Popped him up. Is that going to get out? It's going to get out of play. So they're going to do it again at 1 and 2. Don't forget, Paul Skenes will stay in, or the Rosa will be handing over to like Mason Miller or Bednar. Yeah, the thing is that Paul Skenes is at 67 pitches. He can only go 95. And I see him going maybe 85. Max 90. I don't see him going any more than that. 1-2. That's going to be chopped. Gunnar Henderson with the bare hand play. Safe. Damn. Fernando Tatis with an infield base hit. That's what a play by Gunnar Henderson. It needed to be a perfect throw for him to get him. Needed to be a perfect throw. That's a good job by Tatis to run there. But what a play by Gunnar Henderson right there. What a play to, you know, even make it close. But look, that throw needed to be perfect. That throw absolutely needed to be perfect. That was the only shot that he had. But shout out there to, how you call it? Shout out to, you know, Fernando Tatis for running that out there. So Ketel Marte's up. First pitch to him, swings at a high pitch, helping out the pitcher. Strike 1. Look, Skenes is up to 69 pitches. I see him going max. I see Paul Skenes max going, you know, 85 pitches most. Here's the first pitch. Outside, 1 ball. That's his 70th pitch. Tyler Rogers. Wow, I don't like that move right there. But look, I don't like the move. I don't. If Rogers comes in, but look, you gotta respect these people. I mean, 1-1 pitch. That is gonna be lined. Ketel Marte hits it to center field, and PCA cuts it off. And Tatis learns better this time than running to third base. And that's the thing. See, Tatis not running in the, third inning made him not run here. And here he had first and third. Here he had third base easily. But he did not even go because he said, I can't make the out again over there. So you respect it. But look, hey, this Dominican Republic lineup, wow. Paul Skenes is coming out of this ball game. Wow. Is he leaving the mound? Oh my gosh. Look, I don't have a hat. Oh, I do got a hat. Got my hat right here. I had it in. It was in rally mode lately because of my last game with the U.S. versus Italy. Look. Got to take off the half of Skenes. I'm not, look, is this a crucial part of the game? Yeah. I'm not gonna be mad at DeRosa for this though. I'm not. Why? Why I'm not gonna be mad at DeRosa for this? I'm not gonna be mad at DeRosa for this because he's trying to protect Paul Skenes. Now, the only thing I would have said, DeRosa, let him face Soto. Because now, if the DR gets a lead, let's say that Soto comes up and hits a 3-run home run. Let's say he hits a 3-run home run. So Skenes is on line for the loss. And that is tough because it won't sum up his outing. Yeah, brother BK, I'm not going to be mad at DeRosa because I understand he's trying to protect Paul Skenes. And if you look at Paul Skenes didn't want to come out of this game. He didn't. And if the Dominican Republic explodes right now, once again, this is the nail cementing that DeRosa cannot be back again as the U.S. manager. Now, I'm saying that just to speak hyperbole. It can very well happen that he comes back, but you know, it may not be the best thing for him to do that. You know what I mean? It's not the best thing. We got Nathan in TikTok. Nathan, something crazy could happen right now. Paul Skenes, yeah. I didn't like taking him out there. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't like that decision. I think that they should have left him in a little longer, but nonetheless, they took him out. And what can we do now? Had to put a baseball field there for myself there. Had to put baseball field on TikTok. Yeah, I kind of don't like the move there, but hey. Tyler Rogers. Oh, this is Tyler Rogers. This is a different guy. My goodness. Wow. This is the game here, folks. All jokes aside. Misses low. One ball. Soto does the shuffle. Uh-oh. Soto, look, the DR knows what's at stake. They know what's at stake. Shout out to Paul Skenes. Shout out to Paul Skenes because he did an amazing job against this lineup. I understand he got into trouble in this inning, but hey, 0-1. Ground ball, double play ball. 1. Let's go, man. Let's go. Tyler Rogers gets a double play, and the U.S. still has the lead, man. As I said, Juan Soto, this is the only time I'm not rooting for you. I love the New York Mets. I am an absolute Mets fan. I'm a Mets fan. I'm not hiding that. We haven't won since '86. I wasn't even born. But what I will say today, Juan Soto, you're with the Mets. I love you as a baseball player, but I do not want to see you succeed today. And Juan Soto, thank you. Thank you for hitting. Look, you know what I predicted? Look, I'm gonna put this down. This was my prediction. I made this prediction. I don't remember what stream I made it in. Star Wars. Big double play, Star Wars. Big double play. Hey, brother BK, look. My mouth had to be quiet. I didn't like the move, but he got out of it. I didn't like the move. Now, the U.S. can't expect much more of this. If the U.S. thinks they're going to win 2-1, they got another thing coming. They need to get some runs. They really got to get some runs, the USA. But, how you call it? U.S. got to get some runs. It's just, it's no other way other than the U.S. has got to get some runs right now. Like, they got to. The U.S., they got to get some runs. Like, all jokes aside, they have to get some runs, the U.S. Like, it is absolutely no joke that the U.S. has to get some runs. Like, they need to get some runs. But wow, what a big inning right there. What an absolute big inning right there. Absolutely. Getting out of that inning, I mean, that's big right there. Absolutely big right there. Wow, I don't believe the DR with Juan Soto coming up. Juan Soto shuffles and then hits into a ground ball double play. Wow. Unbelievable, folks. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Wow. So 2 pitches, right? Seriously, that was luck until they bring like Tyler Rogers, like, oh wow, I'm cooked. First pitch from Brazaban. Look, I don't like Brazaban staying into this game. I don't like it. Brazaban's a Met, but I cannot sit here and say he's somebody that is. I mean, it's not the 7th, 8th, 9th inning. I give that, but I don't know. That's gonna be a strike. Man, if a team wins this game by 1 run, I'll be stunned. I just don't see it happening. I see this game it needs more runs. That's what I see. I don't see the DR being like this. 1-1. Up high, 2 balls and 1 strike. Wow, folks. This is unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely. Smith hits it foul, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ay, ay, ay. Wow, what a game, folks. What a game this is, folks. This is unbelievable. Ah, big brother BK. I don't want to call it luck. Oh my gosh. 2-2 pitch. Here it is. The winner out of this game goes to the championship game. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Brazaban gets the out. That is going to be the first out of this inning. Wow. Oh, boy. Unbelievable, boy. Boy, oh boy. This game is just no joke right now. Look, the U.S.'s bullpen now, they're going to play a huge factor in this game. Can they come through? That's what it comes down to. Roman Anthony's up right now. First pitch. It's going to miss up high. 1 ball and no strikes. But for me, the U.S. needs more runs. Next inning, you got Vladdy, Machado, and then Caminero. That's big right there. 1-0 pitch. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike from high squad Brazaban. Hey, Brazaban, if you're going to get clean innings now, we need this stuff for the Mets as well. And again, this is the only time I'm not rooting for you as a Mets fan. I'm rooting for you as a Mets fan. 1-1. Roman Anthony swings and misses. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, he's pitching good though so far. He hasn't given up no runs. He's gotten out of trouble. He better pitch like this for the Mets too, because I've seen him have his fair share of good moments for the Mets, but have some trouble as well. So, 1-2 pitch against this lineup as well. Here it is. Inside, strike 3. Got him. Back-to-back strikeouts. That was an electric pitch right there. So one thing, I'm noticing a trend a little bit. The last few innings for the USA have been kind of fast. Whereas the last few innings for the Dominican Republic have been kind of longer. And, we got to have a pause in the break. Austin Wells is going to speak to Brazaban real fast. I've noticed that right now. I've noticed that, and let us see here. Boy, oh boy, the game just went all the way backwards for me. Why would it do that? My goodness. Unbelievable. Ah, boy, so I've noticed that. What in the world? Okay. So it's Bryce Terang is up versus Brazaban. It's 2-1. This is a big out here. If he could get out of this inning. Look, the innings for the U.S. have been going a little bit faster. Quick innings. Whereas the DR's innings have been long as well. First pitch. That's a swing and a miss from Brazaban. And I will say this. Brazaban's looking really good. And, it comes down to the U.S.'s bullpen. We're going to see what they're made of. 0-1 pitch. Strike 2. Yeah, Brazaban, look. I'm a little mad at you, Brazaban. You better do this stuff for the Mets, Brazaban. But he's doing really good so far. He's keeping he's keeping the U.S. at bay and keeping the DR in this ball game. It's 2-1, folks. The top of the 6th inning. It's been an amazing game up to this point. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. So he strikes out the side. Brazaban strikes out the side, And we are now going to the bottom of the 6th inning. And this is the question now. Who's going to pitch for the U.S.? We got Vladdy, Machado, and Caminero. Will you put Tyler Rogers out there again? I don't know if you're going to put him out there again, but we're about to see. But look, I don't think the U.S. If the U.S. only scores 2 runs in this game, I think they lose, and they lose maybe 7-2. Serious. Look. This DR lineup, this is the best challenge they faced up to this point. They've never been through any game, score 1 run in the first 5 innings. That hasn't happened, and they've had opportunities. Now, the thing is, if they keep getting traction like they're getting, they're gonna break through. It's just baseball. The more opportunities you get, you're gonna eventually break through. So this is pressure time because the U.S.'s offense has not been great. The offense has been Gunnar Henderson and Anthony Roman, you know, or Roman Anthony, excuse me. Anthony Roman or Roman Anthony? Let me see here. Roman Anthony, my bad. Oh, boy. I'm telling you. No joke what's going on in this game. This game is no joke. So Paxton's coming into the game? Okay. Yep, brother BK Harang. Brazaban did an amazing job. Look, come on, Jax. This is it. This is it. This is the inning right here for me. Griffin Jax pitched with the Rays and pitched with the Twins and the Rays last year. What's about to happen right now, folks? I don't know, but we're here in the Dominican Republic. They got Vladdy, Machado, and Caminero. Oh, boy, I'm telling you. This is a big inning right here. First pitch to Vladdy. In the dirt, 1 ball and no strikes. This right here is where it's just pressure time. I'm telling you, it's pressure time. If you're just tuning in to this live stream, this game has been amazing so far. Amazing. 2-1 pitch. Strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Oh, boy. This stuff is nerve-wracking. I know that one swing of the bat, the DR could just explode. I know that the DR could explode for 5 runs in this inning. 1-1 pitch. Strike 2. Blue, that's low. That's low, Blue. Come on, Blue. Look, I want the U.S. to win, but I'm not gonna be unfair. I'm gonna be fair. That was a ball. You have right. It's a ball. It was not a strike. But hey, if it's called, throw it again. Now, Vladdy could get to that pitch, but throw him a sweeper away. Throw him a sweeper down in the dirt. That is hit well to center field. Pico Armstrong's there. He's got room. First out of the inning. Really good at bat. Oh, boy. They're showing a replay now of Manny Machado's home run being robbed in 2017. And now they're showing the replay of Julio robbing Aaron Judge of a home run. Oh, my gosh. Boy, oh, boy. So Manny Machado is up right now. We got 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch. Inside, 1 ball and no strikes from Machado. Machado versus Griffin Jax right now. We got Nathan back in the building. 1-0 pitch to Manny Machado. That is hit. Bobby Witt Jr. gets it. Makes a strong throw, and he got him. What a play, Bobby Witt. What a play. 2 away. Look. Oh, my gosh. This lineup, you just can't sleep with this lineup because of the DR's lineup is great. But they're human. Like Rocky. He's cut. He's human, you know. They're human. Everybody has tough moment. This was a lefty-heavy lineup today. I see. Griffin Jackson's height. Hey, he's an out away. The only run for the Dominican Republic so far is Caminero. Can he do it again right now? Is he about to hit another home run? Hit to center field. Pete Crow Armstrong's there. Let's go. The USA gets through the inning quickly. And look, I made the prediction. The DR winning this ball game, I did not predict that they would win it early. For example, first, second, third inning, game's over. I didn't predict that. Now, I did predict that if the DR wins, they would win it in an inning like this. 7th inning, 8th inning, 9th inning even. I predicted that if they won. My original prediction was the US, and I predicted 7-5 that the US was going to win. But so far, this has been an absolute pitcher's game, an absolute pitcher's clinic for both sides. Now, both sides have had opportunities, and both sides have also failed. So, you know, it's a tough thing if you're on this. You know, it's a tough thing because you're seeing a team that in Dominican Republic that's been elite, and they're facing some adversity. They're facing some adversity right now. They are facing adversity at the time. They are facing some adversity right now. They are facing adversity. I'm spamming my live. I'm spamming my live on TikTok right now. I'm liking. I'm spamming. One of my friends told me that they did that for me the other day. They said that they got like 1,000 likes just themselves, and they said that stuff helps. And I'm like, hey, I'm spamming mines right now, folks. I'm spamming it. I'm spamming. That's funny. Hey, we're gonna try. You know what's crazy? It took me forever. I was here for the last 30 minutes to an hour trying to figure out how in the world do you get how do you go like on TikTok? And I just found out right now. Look, I still don't think the US is gonna win this game 2-1. They're gonna have to score some runs. They're gonna have to score some runs in this game. They are gonna have to score some runs in this game. And what's my predictions? Look, I predict the US will win. If the US indeed wins this, I hope that they play Italy. They could try to get a payback. Not payback, but yeah, try to get a win back. Now, if DR wins, here comes Abner Uribe. Ooh, that right there is interesting. He's going to be looking to redeem himself after what happened last game. And I tell you, just throw strikes. Tarek Skubal's back in the dugout. Wow. Imagine he was pitching. Imagine Skubal was coming out of the bullpen. Oh, my gosh. If it was the World Series, he would be doing it. Wow. Shout out to Paul Skenes, though. Shout out to the USA up to this point. JS Mizzy. Shout out to you on TikTok. We got Pete Crow Armstrong up versus Abner Uribe. First pitch he throws, it is a strike, 97 mile per hour sinker. Look, if the US wins, I hope they play Italy in the final. If the DR wins, I hope the DR plays Venezuela in the final. 0-1 pitch. That is crushed, but Pete Crow Armstrong misses it. He knew he missed it. Hit one away. One out. Oh, boy. We're getting to that time, folks. The U.S. now has 8 outs left offensively. Pete Crow Armstrong hit it, and he knew he missed it. How you call it? The U.S., they have 8 outs to go. Right now, the way it stands, first pitch to Bobby Witt Jr. Let's see it. Strike one. So, the DR has 9 offensive fouls. Now, if the DR takes a lead before the 9th, then they will have only 6 right now because they will be up and they're the home team. Here is the 0-1 pitch. Bobby Witt fouls it away. So Abner Uribe is looking way more sharper now, throwing strikes. David Bednar's in the bullpen for Team USA. 0-2 pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Bobby Witt Jr. goes down. And as I said, that's 5 pitches, 2 outs. The U.S.'s innings have been going kind of fast. Really fast. Whereas, it's been a little different for the DR. But see where we're at right now. Bryce Harper. Could we use a home run right now from Bryce Harper? Strike one. Could we use a home run from Bryce Harper right now? Wow, he has a double, so he has a sign of coming to life. Strike one. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Bryce Harper. In the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike. Oh, boy. We're in the top of the 7th inning, folks. 1-1 pitch. Here it is to Bryce Harper. Inside, 2 balls, 1 strike. If you're Abner Uribe, you cannot walk or let Bryce Harper get on base. You cannot afford to face Aaron Judge this inning. If you're Abner Uribe, you cannot. You need to get this out here for Bryce Harper. You must. 2-1. Hits. Gonna get to the second baseman. That's gonna do it. So, Abner Uribe, a quick 1-2-3 inning. It's stretch time. Stretch time. We're going to the bottom of the 7th. Look, the U.S.'s offense hasn't been great. Harper really, Star Wars, yeah, I mean, that's why I didn't like Harper hitting second, but I can't be mad. He hit a double. The U.S. had an opportunity. Look, whoever loses this game is going to be a tough loss, regardless of anything. But it'll definitely be tough of a loss because both of these teams have had opportunities. I want to check what are the stats of what are these teams with runners in scoring position. Let me see if I can find that stat for all of you. Can I find the stat with runners in scoring position? Where could I find that at? Let's see. Where can I find that at? Man, I don't know where I could find that at. I don't know. I'm trying to look for that stat though. Where can I find that stat? Let's see here if we could find it. Game. Yeah, I'm trying to find it, but I'm not finding the. Okay, so the Dominican Republic is 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position. The Dominican Republic is 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position. The USA is 0 for 3. So the Dominican Republic is 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position. The US is 0 for 3. So in those at bats for the DR especially, they've had opportunities, especially for the US. Both of these teams have had opportunities. So they're leaving some runs on the table, both teams. But unfortunately, it's a little easier for the US now because they're leading the game at the moment. So, we're going to see what's going to happen. We're going to see what's going to happen at the moment. We're going to see at the moment. David Bednar's in this ball game right now. Oh, boy. David Bednar is in this ball game right now. Oh, boy. Here we go, folks. Julio Rodriguez. He's hitting 7th. So they're facing 7, 8, and 9. 7, 8, and 9. Can he retire? Can he retire them in order? First pitch from Bednar. Strike 1. Man, I'm not a Yankee fan, but I'm rooting for you, David Bednar, right now. Here is the 0-1 pitch. Fouled away by Julio. 0-2. So what do you do here if you're a pitcher? You know that you can't walk. Look, if there's a weak part in this lineup, and even calling it weak, which is not weak, 7, 8, and 9. Julio Rodriguez, which is not weak. Austin Wells, not weak. And number 9, Perdomo. It's not weak there. But if there's a time that you say that it's maybe a little weak, it's this. So a 1, 2, 3 inning here would be absolutely huge. Here is the 0-2 pitch. Julio, weak pop-up. Who is anybody going to get it? Bobby Witt's calling it. Bobby Witt makes the play. That is going to be the first out in the 7th inning. Let us see here. Yeah, this is no joke, though. So that's the first out. So far, the bullpen of the U.S. has been getting the job done. They are getting the job done, and we got to see. Austin Wells is it. He hits that ball pretty well. Judge is not going to get that. So Austin Wells hit. Wow, that's absolutely crazy right there. David Bednar, Yankee pitcher. He hits a double. So Austin Wells hits a double, a huge double. David Bednar, who Austin Wells is his catcher, hits a double off of him past his other Yankee teammate, Aaron Judge. Unbelievable right there. So the DR has a runner on second base right now. Wow, and that's right there. That's knowing your pitcher. That's he catches him. That's knowing the pitcher right there. Wow. So that's a big double right there. Big double right there. And this is where you speak loud. Hey, Perdomo's up. One swing, he ties the game. One swing, the DR's leading. The game flips upside down. First pitch to Perdomo, misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Folks, this is pressure time. I'm going to be honest. The next team that scores, I think they're going to win the game. The next team that scores, whoever that is, I think they're going to win. 1-0 pitch. Strike 1. That's a low, Blue. That's a ball. That's low, Blue. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Here it is, folks. Here it is. This is a big time in this game right now. Absolutely big time. 1-1 count. David Bednar versus Perdomo. Here's the 1-1. Popped him up. Is that going to get out of play? Yes. No play. Out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So David Bednar is a strike away. But look, there's no action in the bullpen. So it's David Bednar or bust. It's David Bednar. And what would I say is it's David Bednar's inning, but Fernando Tatis is on deck. He's on deck. 1-2 pitch. Misses up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Bednar's looking pretty good, but man, that was a big hit from Austin Wells. Really big hit. We can expect Mason Miller in the 9th inning. Would he come in the bottom of the 8th in trouble? It's possible. Let's see. If the U.S. has a lead. 2-2. Lined base hit. And that's not gonna they're not sending, yeah, then they better not send Wells home. So the DR now has 1st and 3rd with 1 out. Ah, boy. Yeah, they better not have sent Austin Wells there. No way you could send Austin Wells there. Absolutely no way you could send him there. That's a nice piece of hitting there. Good pitch. Really good pitch, but better hitting. Just went with it. Star Wars, we lost. Nah, come on, Star Wars. Don't say that. Don't say that to me, Star Wars. Come on. Don't say those words to me, Star Wars. Come on. Tatis is up. 1 swing, this game flips. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Hey, Bednar has been dealing with pressure in every game he's pitched pretty much. Can he get out of this? This is pressure here. This is pressure. Oh, boy. These are the moments that just make your, you just feel it. 0-1. Misses. 1-1. These are the moments where you're just like, oh, my goodness. Oh, boy. This is why being a sports fan is so tough. It is tough being a sports fan. I'm telling you. It's not easy. The 1-1 pitch to Fernando Tatis. He goes. Wow, Perdomo goes. So Tatis swings and misses. Look, now he just got to put the ball in play. He just got to put the ball in play. If you're Tatis, put the ball in play. Yeah, the U.S. is bringing the infield in as well. Oh, boy. Ah, folks, this is the hard moments of watching baseball. 1-2 pitch. Oh boy. Got him. Tatis struck out. Tatis struck out. Oh my gosh. David Bednar gets a huge out, but he has to face right now. He has to face Ketel Marte. He has to face Ketel Marte right now. This is a big part of this game here, folks. Big part. It seems like every other inning we're seeing the DR come up with opportunities. Bednar versus Ketel Marte. He's swinging at the first pitch. He does swing at the first pitch. Fouls it away, strike one. Oh, Bednar, please, Bednar. Get this out, Bednar. One base hit, and the DR is going to be leading 3-2. Come on, Bednar. Let's get this out. Let's focus my camera there. Come on, Bednar. Let's get this out. Here is the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two. One more. One more, Bednar. One more. Now, this is where you got to be careful. You got a good catcher with Will Smith there, but you got to be careful because if you bounce in a pitch, you can't give the DR a run here. You can't. They got to earn it, but they have a good two-strike approach. The DR 0-2 fouled away. Oh my gosh. Star Wars, are you all right? Brother BK, are you all right? Cause I'm oh boy, it's 10:24 Toronto time, New York time. I'm not gonna be able to shout as much as I want to, but oh boy, I can't watch. I can't watch. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it. I gotta do it though. 0-2 pitch doesn't swing high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I don't think I could do it. Leave Soto for the 8th inning. Leave Soto. Star Wars, I'm nervous too, Star Wars. This is a big part of the game. I understand that the U.S. has Judge next inning, but it's a base hit is going to give the lead. Ketel Marte calls timeout. It's hard watching this. It's hard. If you're a fan of sports, these are the hardest moments when your team is in these type of games and you want them to win, but it's just not easy. Oh boy, the 1-2 pitch from Bednar to Ketel Marte. Here it is. Got him. Bednar gets through it again. Oh my goodness. The USA and Bednar get out of it again. Oh my goodness. Let's go. Star Wars, let's go, man. 6 outs away, but again, I have to Sammy, come back down. Come back down, Sammy. At EMF 90, I made a rule for myself. In the good moments, be hype. In the bad moments, okay, be down. But don't get too up or don't get too down. This game is not over by any stretch. But wow. Yeah. At EMF, this is not good sometimes. Watching baseball like this is not good. If the U.S. had a few more runs, I would be a little more confident, but they don't have a lot of runs in this game. They don't, but oh my gosh. Wow. There's another part. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, I know. Look, it's almost over. I am either gonna go into this, either in the next, let's say, the next 30 minutes, 15 minutes or so, I am either gonna be like, this is what I'm gonna be. In the next 15, 20, 30 minutes, I'm gonna either be like this. I'm gonna either be like that, or I'm gonna be like, I'm one or the other. One of those are coming. At EMF 90, so many missed opportunities for DR. Gotta give credit to US for holding it down. I agree. But at EMF, I don't feel, I'm gonna be honest, I'm happy, I'm excited. But I have this rule in my life, game's never over. It's not over. It's been an amazing game. Game's not over. And I don't think that the U.S. is winning this game 2-1. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. Now, anything's possible, but yeah, Star Wars Dominguez is coming in from the Blue Jays. Well, he was with the Blue Jays. Now he's with the White Sox. Man, U.S., can we get a run? Can we get 2 runs? Get some comfort. Oh, boy. Shout out to these pitchers, man. Here's the pitch to Judge. Judge fouls it back. Strike 1. He was trying to give a big hit there. Look, we love the power, but U.S., can we get hold on. Judge takes another strike. That's a good pitch right there. Strike 2. Judge takes a timeout. Oh boy. He was a lot of, yeah. Dominguez, he's a good pitcher. He's moved around on a 0-2 pitch, way in the dirt, not even close. He spiked the splitter. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Look, we look back into the opportunities, and this is the story. If whoever wins this game, what I'm going to be talking about at the ending of this game is runners in scoring position. Right now, the DR is 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position. The U.S. Judge strikes out. Damn, 1 out. Oh, boy, yo, the pitchers have just come and just, And look, next inning for me is the big inning. Because the DR has Soto, and we know Soto's about to smoke. They have Soto, Vladdy, and Machado. That's it right there. So Judge strikes out. Oh, my gosh. So the U.S., here's the pitch to Schwarber. Misses up. Whoa, that was a mix-up between the two of them. 1 ball, no strikes. The U.S. started 6 for 15 with 2 home runs. Since 1 for 14 with 7 Ks. That's big right there. I'm telling you. But I get it. Both of these teams feel the pressure. You know, it's absolute pressure. Like, this is pressure. And again, what's about to happen in these next moments is going to be crazy. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Schwarber takes a strike. That's going to be the stat for me, though. The stat for me is runners in scoring position. That's what I'm going to look at the ending of this game. Runners in scoring position. So the 1-1 pitch to Schwarber misses low. 2 balls and 1 strike. But I'm saying I would feel a little bit more confident if the U.S. had, 1 more run. If they lead 3-1, 4-1. I would be more confident with that. But this is hard to be confident. 2-1. Misses outside, 3 balls and 1 strike. Now, Schwarber. If Schwarber gets on base, would you pinch run him? I think you have to. Because that run him at first base matters. I think you got to pinch run him if he gets on base. Now, if he hits a home run, it's a different story. 3-1 pitch. Misses low. He's walked. The USA has a base runner. Look, I'm pinch running Schwarber. I'm pinch running him. I don't know who they have, but all right, they have Bregman, they have Byron Buxton. I'm pinch hitting. I'm putting trust in Buxton if he hits in the 9th inning, which it's not that likely the way things are going. I'm pitch hitting Schwarber. I'm pitch hitting him. That's me. Let's see. I think they're gonna leave Schwarber in personally. Why pinch run for him? Sorry, because he's not fast. He is not fast. And yep, Ernie Clements in the game. Right decision. Thank you. Ernie Clements in the game. So we got Gunnar Henderson up. Pitch. Strike 1. Right down the middle. Yeah, I like Ernie Clement in. I like it. Schwarber may not hit in this game again unless the U.S. goes on an absolute tear. But, right now there's no signs of that. But let's see. 0-1. Gunnar Henderson, did he go? He didn't go. 1-1. Oh, boy, folks, this is baseball. This is baseball. Baseball is an absolute hard sport. It is an absolute hard sport, and it is not easy. I'm telling you. It is not easy. That's a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Man, Fox is dropping the ball. Sometimes they're over here like, they're showing things that are not showing the game. Like they're showing the managers and they're not showing the pitches. Oh boy. So a 1-2 pitch to Gunnar Henderson. Here it is. Misses low. He doesn't chase. 2-2. Oh boy. This is no joke. This is absolutely no joke right now. Absolutely no joke right now. 2-2. Gunnar Henderson grounds it. Double play ball. They're going to get 1. They got him. Double play. Damn. That's the end of the inning. We're going to the bottom of the 8th, folks. And again, why did getting some runs matter there? Getting some runs there mattered because now the DR, they could very well hit solo home run, solo home run, solo home run. And that's it. Then the U.S. will be up in the 9th, needing to tie or take the lead, and that's it. Folks, this is the hard stuff in baseball. This is it. This is the absolute hard stuff in baseball. This is it. Wow. This is the absolute hard stuff in baseball. I mean, well, we're at the bottom of the 8th, folks. And as I said, I am either about to be like this or let's go. One or the other. Yeah, definitely Star Wars smart, but look, can't be mad at Gunnar Henderson. Gunnar Henderson is the reason that the U.S. has points. Literally, Gunnar Henderson and Roman Anthony, maybe the 2 youngest players on the team, are the reason why they have runs. Isn't that unbelievable? Judge got robbed, so it's tough, but hey, this is it here. Now, if I'm Team USA, I think they're going to put Whitlock in. If I'm Team USA, I'm having Mason Miller maybe ready for coming into the 8th, because this is the big part of the lineup. Now, these next hitters, look, I don't want to disrespect the lineup, the ending of the lineup of the DR. I don't want to disrespect 7, 8, 9. I'm not, because they're major league hitters. They're all-stars. They're great players. But if I had to choose to face 7, 8, 9, I would prefer to face them over 3 through 6, because everybody on 3 to 6 can literally take you deep with 1 pitch. So, this is where we're at right now, folks. This is where we're at. Wow. Star Wars. This is not easy, Star Wars. This is absolutely tough to watch. Man. Boy. This is hard to watch. But, hey, we got to watch it and we can't flinch. We got to watch and we can't flinch. Oh, my gosh. I'm over here liking my TikTok spamming. Yep, as I predicted, Whitlock is in the game. I think that's the right choice. But I would have Mason Miller ready. Whitlock, this is it, man. Maybe the biggest pitching of your life. Maybe. I don't know. But for me, this is it. Soto, Guerrero, Machado. And look, the worst that Soto could do now is hit a solo home run. If he hits a solo home run, we have a brand new ball game. You understand that. But, let's see. Soto, here's the first pitch. Misses low, 1 ball, and no strikes. Soto, I'm a fan. Yeah, Byron Buxton is into this ball game for defensive reasons. 1-0 pitch. Swings at an 84-mile-per-hour slider. Fouls it away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Soto, look, I'm a fan. I'm rooting for you. Just not today, Soto. Not today, Soto. I've been getting to my prediction. 1-1. Strike 2. I've been meaning to say a prediction, but I've been just failing to say it. Let me tell you after this at bat. After this at bat with Soto, I'm gonna tell you, no matter what. I'm gonna tell you, unless something amazing happens, then I'm gonna stop. 1-2 pitch of Soto. Strike 3. Blue, that was a ball. Blue, that was a ball, Blue. Man, yo. You would think that I'm rooting for the US. I'm rooting for, excuse me, you would think I'm rooting for the DR. That's a ball. It's a ball, Blue. Come on, Blue. It's a ball. It's not a strike, Blue. I know I'm rooting for the US, but it's a ball. Strike 1 to Vladdy. It's the same pitch, Blue. You call that one a ball? The World Baseball Classic needs ABS. That's it. The World Baseball Classic needs ABS. It's just as simple as that. Swing and a miss by Vladdy. And look, the only thing, I'm going to save this for after the game. But look, I made a prediction that the US was going to go to the finals and win the finals versus DR. Swing and a miss by Vladdy, 1-2. I predicted that the US was going to go to the finals and win versus the DR. Soto versus Judge. Judge will take it in the World Baseball Classic. But you know what crazy thing? I also predicted in the World Series of 2026, it'll be the Yankees and the Mets, and Soto will get the come up, the payback. 1-2. Vladdy, I don't know what Vladdy just did there, but he takes it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Listen to that prediction. I predicted, now I could be wrong. I could be proven wrong in a few minutes. Let's see, 2-2 pitch. Vladdy, did he go? Full count. Vladdy did like a squat. Yeah, they doing that stuff to try to get into their heads. They trying to get into people's heads. And I agree, you can't walk. We got my guy Ace Boogie in the building. Ace Boogie in the building. Hey, he out here. Vladdy fouls it away. Hey, I'm going to be doing some football games soon. I'm going to need your coverage. I'm going to need your expertise in football to be doing these live streams. We live on Twitch, TikTok, YouTube. So I'm going to definitely need Ace Boogie's expertise in these lives for football. 3-2. Vladdy grounds it back to the pitcher. Let's go. 2 away. Hey, Ace Boogie, who you rooting for? USA or DR? Who you rooting for? USA or DR? Let me know. Let me know what's up. My guy, we out here. We doing live streams. I did the Super Bowl. I did 3 live streams for the NFL players. Bills and Broncos, Rams and Seahawks, and the Super Bowl. And it was lit. Ever since I started that, I'm like, yo, I gotta keep doing live streams because I love sports. I love watching sports, but I can't watch it just to watch. I gotta watch and put myself out there, give myself opportunities, you know? So I had to start live streaming. I had to do it because just watching and then your team loses, I'm like, yo, chill. Machado's up right now, 2 outs. First pitch is gonna miss outside. Damn, yo, this stuff's crazy though. Whitlock, good pitching. He is Star Wars, but it's 4 outs to go, you know? 4 outs to go. Swing and a miss by Machado. 1 ball and 1 strike. Boy, oh boy. One key to this game for the US was that they needed to quiet the Dominican fans. But 1 swing could change all of that. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss again. Look, the DR hitters are very anxious right now. They are very anxious right now. Very, very anxious. The DR hitters, they are anxious. They're not patient. They're trying to hit the home run. The DR, I'm going to talk about battle tested after, depending on what happens. US is a strike away. Timeout from Manny Machado. Oh boy, I'm telling you, sports is just sports. The things that sports does to you. 1-2 pitch. Did he go? No, not even close. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And you know why getting Machado out here, you cannot let Caminero come up with a runner on base because 1 swing from him, he could be all the offense for DR and they win. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Let's go. 1 more inning. Let's go. It's 10:42 New York time. Toronto time. I can't yell right now with all my lungs. It's too late. But the USA is 3 outs away. If you would have told me the US would be up 2-1 in the 9th inning, I would have been like, you bugging. No way. But unbelievably, the USA is up 2-1 in this last inning. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe what I'm watching right now. I can't believe what I'm watching right now. Absolutely can't believe this. This is unbelievable. Oh boy. If you're a baseball fan, you needed to watch this game. Wow. Unbelievable. Star Wars is up to Mason Miller now. He's not going to be facing the quote-unquote best part of the lineup, but he's going to be facing Caminero. 6, 7, and 8 in the 9th. Can the U.S. get 1 more run? 2 more runs? Just play some small ball for this inning. If I'm the U.S., forget the power. Forget the power if I'm the U.S. Play some small ball. Play some small ball for the U.S. Just play small ball now. Get a run across. 1 run. Just 1. Because my prediction was that the U.S. was going to win this game 7-5. That prediction is not happening. Unless the U.S. scores 5 runs right now, and then the DR responds with 4 runs in the bottom of the 9th, which I just don't see that happening. I think this game has a better chance of going to extra innings than that. So, you know, this stuff is crazy, yo. This stuff is absolutely crazy. It's no joke. And this is baseball. This is baseball. This is baseball. We're in the 9th inning, folks. Wow. Wow. The winner out of this game is going to go to the finals. And they're going to be playing the winner out of Venezuela and Italy. Wow. This is it, folks. Tomorrow, Venezuela and Italy are going to be playing to see who will go to the finals in that bracket. But, wow. Wow. And talk about the U.S. having unlikely heroes coming through for them. Wow. So the DR, the U.S. is 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Not a lot of opportunity, surprisingly. The DR is 2 for 7, but that 2 for 7 there, right now, it's the game. It's the game for both teams. We got Camilo Duval in the game. And yeah, the DR has arms. There's no doubt about that. I just cannot sit here and say that they have a lot of battle-tested guys. I can't say that. Again, I am either about to be, let's go, or I am about to be like Stephen A. Smith when he got trolled for Kevin Durant and Kyrie going to Brooklyn Nets, which was like, what? How many years ago? We got a timeout. Oh, pitch clock violation by the pitcher. Wow. He hasn't thrown a pitch and it's already a ball. Oh, boy. Wow. So that's, let's see right there. How can that affect the DR? Can that affect them there? 1-0 pitch. Here it is. Will Smith takes it inside 2-0. So you see how stuff like that helps a team. Look, if you're the U.S., you need a base runner. And Will Smith, you leave Will Smith on base. I'm not putting Kyle Riley in to catch the 9th inning. I'm leaving Will Smith in this game. Will Smith's been better with the bat than Riley. 2-0 pitch. Strike. That's a ball, Blue, but all right, I understand. It's close. I understand, but it's a ball. Oh, snap, yo. This is unbelievable, folks. This is unbelievable baseball right now. 2-1 pitch. From Duval to Will Smith. Here's a 2-1 pitch. 3-1. Hey, Will Smith, please take a walk. Get on base. Get on base. We need. And Will Smith is absolute one of the clutchest hitters we want. He won the World Series. His Game 7 home run versus the Blue Jays last year was the difference. Clutch. 3-1 pitch. Fouled back. We're going to go to a full count. Yeah, Star Wars, we need ABS. I'm telling you, I need to make the video. All right, look, I'm going to make a commitment. I'm going to make the video tomorrow. I'm going to put that out there. I'm putting it out. I'm making the ABS video for World Baseball Classic tomorrow. The 3-2 count to Will Smith. Here it is. That's a tough pitch. 1 out. 1 out. Let me see where it got. Did it get the zone? It's a little close inside. Yeah, I got the play. That's strike 3. That was a strike, Star Wars. That was a strike. We got Buxton on. Can Buxton be a hero? 7th hitter. Misses low. 1 ball, no strikes. The Dominican Republic bullpen in the World Baseball Classic. 27 2/3 innings. Only 10 hits. 2 earned runs, 29 Ks, and 10 walks. That's 2 earned runs. 1-0. Buxton takes low. 2-0. Yeah. If you told me the DR they're gonna give up 2 runs and be trailing, I would have been like, no way. This is an absolute shocker. Now they can explode in the last inning, but 2-0 pitch. Byron Buxton swings and fouls it back. 2 balls and 1 strike. And as you see, Mason Miller's in the bullpen. He's the pitcher coming in to try to close out this game and send the USA to the final. Wow. Unbelievable. This is unbelievable, folks. Absolutely unbelievable. 2-1 pitch from Duval to Buxton. Buxton's 0 for 5. Misses. Blue, that's a ball, Blue. That's a ball, Blue. Nathan, the umpire is calling a ball. That's a ball. He's calling a ball a strike. Those are balls, Blue. 2-2 pitch to Buxton. Fouled away. Gonna do it again. We got a 2-2 count. My bad with the error there. 2-2 count. Boy, this baseball. Baseball's no joke, folks. Baseball is no joke. Boy. 2-2 pitch. Buxton strikes out. 2 outs. So Duval's come in and he's been doing his job. He is doing his job right now. Oh, boy. Yeah. Let me write that down as well to put. Bryce Terang is up. First pitch swinging. Fouls it away. Strike 1. Look, the U.S. is not scoring. It is looking like they're going to have to win this game 2-1. 0-1 pitch to Terang. That is going to be fouled away again. Look, the U.S., their hitters, they're not seeing Duval well right now. They're not. Look, the DR is about to celebrate one of the biggest wins ever in a walk-off win, or the U.S. is going to close this out. We're going to find out, folks. That's what we're going to find out. 0-2 pitch. They're looking to strike out the side. Duval, did he go? He did not go. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Boy, folks, baseball is not an easy sport. Baseball is not an easy sport. Man, just 1 run of insurance would be huge. 1 run. Let's see. 1-2 count. Here it is. Grounded. That's going to stay fair. It's going to do it. We're going to the bottom of the 9th inning, folks. This is it. Look at that little laugh from me. 6, 7, 8. Caminero, Rodriguez, and Wells. Star Wars, I'm not ready for this. At EMF, I'm not ready for this. BK, let me see here real fast. Let me read here your name there. Brother BK, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for this. I am not ready for this. What is about to happen right now? I'm not ready. Oh boy, I'm not ready, folks. Man. You know, when you see sports and a team celebrates too early, I ain't gonna make that mistake. I am gonna give the absolute respect to the DR. This game's not over. The US has a chance now to close this out, but I'm gonna respect my opponent and hold it down. Mason Miller has to prove that he could get these 3 outs. He's been good so far. Bottom of the 9th inning. Jesus Christ. Come on. I really, really, really want an Olympics. Brother BK, this is not easy. Brother BK, look. If there's one team that could come back in this situation now, it's the DR. That's all I got to say. It's one team. One team. I'm speechless right now just because of what's about to happen. If you're just tuning in on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, this game is no joke. We're in the bottom of the 9th inning. The US is leading this game 2-1. I don't know how that happens, but they're 2 up. They're up 2-1. Mason Miller, arguably the hardest throwing closer in baseball. Maybe the best closer in baseball, maybe. But we're about to find out right now. Oh my gosh. I can't. I don't even want to watch this, but I'm gonna keep watching. Yeah, Mason Miller, but brother BK, this game's not over. This game is not over. It's not over. Junior Caminero, Julio, and Austin Wells. The only run in this game is Junior Caminero. I can't believe that. Please, man, let's get through this, USA. I don't want to see extra innings. I sincerely don't want to see extra innings. First pitch from Mason Miller, fouled away, 101 miles per hour. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. 101 miles per hour. Can we just fast forward and see what happens at the ending of the game already? Can we see the ending? I can't do this right now. 0-1 pitch to Caminero. Swing and a miss, strike to 102 miles per hour. Look, if you're going to throw this slider now, because I think he's setting it up, please don't throw it for a strike. Please, Mason Miller, don't throw it for a strike. Don't throw the slider for a strike. Please, I think he's sitting on that. No, he wasn't. 102 mile per hour fastball again. Fouled away. I don't know how he kept that. He even made that. But, oh my gosh, this is no joke, folks. This is no joke. 0-2 pitch. Here it is. Got him. Get the play at first. 1 out. 1 out. 1 out, folks. We got a strikeout. But look, still need a big out. Still need 2 out. That's why I'm saying. That's why thank you for not throwing that as a strike. Literally, he almost put Caminero on a knee. Throwing 102 miles per hour. 101 miles per hour. Zoom, zoom, zoom. And then throwing a slider. Oh my goodness. That's nasty. First pitch. Oh boy. 89 miles per hour slider. 1 ball, no strikes. Come on, Mason Miller. In the World Series, it was an unlikely hero. Miguel Rojas hit a game-tying home run in the 9th. It can happen again. Misses again. What we can't do, Mason Miller, is walk somebody. 2-0 count. We got Ellie De La Cruz on deck. Wow. That's a good move right there. Over Austin Wells, I like the move. Don't put somebody on base in front of Cruz. 2-0. Misses 3-0. Yeah, if you're Julio, you taking 2 pitches here. If you're Julio, you are taking 3 pitches right now. You taking 2 pitches. Sorry. 3-0. Strike 1. Oh boy. Why do I feel like the DR could just hit a walk-off home run right now? At EMF90, I agree. I can't believe. If you told me 2-1, I would have been like, no way. But bro, why do I feel like the DR is gonna hit a walk-off 2-run home run? I don't know why. 3-1. Didn't go. They have the tying runners on base. Serious. I don't know why I feel like the DR is gonna hit a walk-off 2-run home run right now. I don't know why, man. Oh, man. Oh, boy. O'Neal Cruz is 3 for 4 in the World Baseball Classic. 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. We're going to find out right now. We're going to find out right now. O'Neal Cruz from the Pittsburgh Pirates. Oh, boy. My goodness. Can't hear the audio? Which audio? At Chetan Segal? What audio? My audio or the audio of the game? If it's the audio of the game, I'm not giving the audio of the game. I ain't risking no copyright. I'm trying to build something here, and I ain't gonna bail now. Now, if it's my audio, then let me take a quick look real fast. Let me check my audio. Yeah, right now here I'm hearing my audio. Oh, brother BK, I'm not liking this, brother BK. I'm not liking this at all. Mason Miller, come on, man. You got this, man. But I'm going to be honest with you. Brother BK, I don't know why I feel like the DR is going to hit a walk-off 2-run home run right now. This is Nikhil. Oh, Nikhil's here. What is going on, Nikhil? Nikhil, I feel like the DR is going to hit a 2-run home run right now. And if they do, my reaction is going to be something that is just like, oh, man. Oh, man. First pitch. Misses. Oh, my gosh. Will Smith drops the ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Julio gets to second base. Oh, my gosh. I'm not ready for this, folks. Oh, man. Come on. Come on, Will Smith. You got to catch that. You got to catch. That's a wild pitch. I'm sorry. That's a pass ball on the catcher. I'm not calling that a wild pitch. 5 straight balls from Mason Miller. Swinging a miss. That's a 6th straight ball, but O'Neal Cruz, sorry, he swung at it. 1-1. Look, Mason Miller's lost a little bit of control here. He's lost some control, and we got to see what's about to go down right now. But, oh, man, I don't know why I feel like the DR is going to hit a walk-off 2-run shot. 1-1 pitch in the dirt. What a scoop there by Will Smith. Oh, my gosh. I don't want to watch anymore. But we're not going anywhere. We're going to stay here. If we lose, we're going to take it like a champ. If we win, we're going to win like a champ. But we're going to stay humble. Win or lose, we're going to stay humble. Win or lose, we're going to stay humble. That's just it. 2-1 count. Cruz is trying to hit a walk-off right now. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. He swings and misses. Strike 2. Oh. Look, if I'm Mason Miller, I don't think you can mess around and throw a ball here. I think you got to challenge him. I think so. Because you can't afford to go 3-2 and have a chance to walk him. You can't do that right now. You can't. Ah, man. 2-2 pitch. O'Neal Cruz is up. Here's the 2-2. The runner's going to get... Oof. 2 outs. Runner gets to third base. Julio... The tying run is now 90 feet away. Oh, boy. Wow. Julio went on contact. Yeah. O'Neal Cruz, he made that too close. Oh, my goodness. He made that too close. Oh, my gosh. Mason Miller, can we get this last out and avoid your teammate? Mason Miller with the Athletics, now he's with the Padres. Can we get this out and avoid Fernando Tatis Jr.? Please, Mason Miller. Misses up high. 1 ball, no strikes. Mason Miller, can we avoid Fernando Tatis Jr.? Look, if Tatis comes up to hit, I think the DR is going to win. If he comes up, I think they're going to win. 1-0 pitch. Strike 1. Oh, that's a tough pitch right there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oh, boy. Brother BK, this is tough. At EMF 90, this is intense. This is no joke, man. This is no joke right now. I don't believe this. 1-1 pitch. Here it is. Strike 2. 1 more strike. Come on, man. A walk-off 2-run home run could still happen, but please, man, I would stand up, but I can't do it right now. I gotta stay sitting down. One more, Mason Miller. One more. One more. One more. One more. One more Mason Miller. One more. Misses outside. 102 miles per hour. Look, if I'm Mason Miller, I'm sorry. If he beats you hitting 102 mile per hour fastball, he beats you. Don't throw the slider, please. Throw the fastball, please. 0-2, 2-2. 3-2, 3-2 count. Oh, he threw the slider. What a take there. Oh, my God. At EMF, I'm about to be heartbroken or I'm about to be hype right now. 3-2 pitch. Popped him up. It's going to get out of play. A high fastball. It would have been ball 4. But hitting a high fastball, catching up to it. Man. I'm telling you, this is not easy, folks. 3-2 pitch. They're going to do it again. Come on, Mason Miller. One more. One more, Mason Miller. 3-2 pitch. Fouled away again. 101. Oh. This is too much, folks. This is too much, folks. At Brother BK, you said you need a walk-off. I need a strikeout right now. A strikeout caught into the catcher's mitt, ending the game. No strikeout on a wild pitch. Oh, boy. 3-2 pitch. Here it is. The USA wins! Let's go! The USA wins! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! I am gonna have to send a voice message right now to my friends. The USA is going to the finals. Oh, I have to send a message to my friends right now. I'm gonna stay humble. Ustedes sabían que yo voy a venir. My Spanish is over here flopping. Oh my gosh, I don't believe. Vamos, USA. Más sincera, eso fue bola. El World Baseball Classic necesita ABS inmediatamente porque estos umpires son horribles. Yo voy a quedar humilde, mas vamos USA. We got at Avocado Music. Let's go, Star Wars. Let's go. Brother BK, look. I'm sorry, man. I gotta stay humble. Like, yo, let's Thomas. Let's go. Oh boy. I don't believe what I just saw right now. I don't believe. Wow. Oh boy, Nikhil. Avocado Music. Oh boy, you guys have no idea. Yup, we need ABS. Look, I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna be fair. That was a ball. And that was not even close. Not even close. But unfortunately, the damn umpires screw up calls and make games, ruin games. I'm in no way anyhow am I gonna like, oh, nah, hell no. I'm fair. Fellas, good game. You guys are in my hands. Brother BK, yo, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. You've been amazing on these lives. You've become somebody that I really look forward to you joining, and you're from the South Bronx, shout out to you, man. Thomas, 100% a ball. I'm going to make my video very soon saying that the World Baseball Classic needs ABS. It needs ABS. Oh my gosh. Thomas, that was a ball, Thomas. Oh my gosh. Wow. These umpires are no joke. These umpires are absolutely no joke. They just had the Paul Skenes interview. I couldn't even listen to it. Couldn't even listen to it because I'm over here too into what just happened. Wow. But look, I'm going to say this again. I'm going to go to my reactions in a few minutes. I'm going to go to my reactions. My prediction, let me see what time is it so I could clip this. My prediction, and by the way, I hope that Venezuela loses. I hope Italy wins because I want to see the U.S. versus Italy trying to get that payback, that W versus Italy. But wow. 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 I'm going to have to mute the game for a little bit, but folks, that was unbelievable. Unbelievable what we just saw right now. Absolutely unbelievable. Look, if you're with me on TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, shout out to you. I know if you were rooting for the DR, damn, yo, my bad, man. That's a bad way to lose, man, because that was a ball, man. That was a ball. I'm sorry, man. I'm a baseball fan. I was rooting for the USA, but I'm sorry. That was a ball. That was a ball. I'm updating there. USA wins up to the finals, onto the finals, but that was a ball. I'm sorry. Wow. Wow. That was such a bad call from the blue. Damn, son. ABS is needed in the World Baseball Classic, folks. I think I'm going to get off after this live stream and record that video really fast. I'm going to have to record that video ASAP. But look, this was my prediction. The US was going to go to the finals and win it. But it will be Soto, Judge getting Soto, because Judge got it today, even though, the US, Soto and Judge, they barely did anything. But I honestly predicted that the USA was going to win. But in the World Series, the Yankees and the Mets are going to go at it. Now, to ask me that prediction is crazy, but that's a prediction I made. And that the the Mets and Juan Soto will get the come up, the payback in that regard. My prediction still has a chance right now. That's my prediction. Wow. I am absolutely stunned, folks. Dominican did try their best, but I'm not mad. I'm seriously happy to see those guys, but it's true. They do need ABS, but whenever they do, they need to chin up. Yeah, the Dominican Republic, they need to keep their heads up. I just can't believe it was a 2-1 game. Like 2-1, I'm shocked by that. All jokes aside, like I'm really shocked by that. Really, really shocked by that. Really, really shocked. Like I'm stunned by that. And I know that some of my colleagues, my friends, they are hurt right now. Absolutely hurt. I mean, absolutely hurt. Damn. Sending a prayer out to my friends and family because, look, as I said, sports, you are either going to be brokenhearted or you're going to be hype. And right now, Dominican fans all over, some of them I know them, their hearts are broken right now for this baseball team. And it's not easy, definitely hard. I'm hype, I'm celebrating, but I'm not the type to start calling friends. I sent the audio, just to send the audio, really fast. Maybe like 1% petty, but I still don't want to be that. I don't like that reputation. That's not something that I like. I don't like rubbing it in. But at the same time, wow, what a game. Look, it was a ball, man. That was a ball. That was a ball. Man, imagine if Tarek Skubal says, USA, let me pitch for the final, please. Imagine that. Can you imagine what kind of story that would be? Can you imagine what kind of story that would be? Nathan, the USA won. Let's go. Damn. Unbelievable. I'm still on the broadcast. We got Kevin Burkhardt. We got Alex Rodriguez, David Ortiz, Derek Jeter. You said no, why not? We got Jake here. Shout out to Jake. Hey, the USA won. Look, that last pitch was a ball. I'm really angry that they lost like that, though. But, all right. I'm going to go to a few things. If I don't look at the comments, please forgive me. Let me look at one more comment. Hey, I know I'm heartbroken, but win or lose, it doesn't matter. I'm happy for them, but I'm happy for you too. Hey, I appreciate it, brother BK. Again, and I'm not that type that I'm going to just keep going hard, like rubbing it in. Hell no. That's it. I'm happy the USA won, but it's not over. They could lose Tuesday night to Italy or Venezuela. So, I'm gonna go now into my post-game reaction. And I'm gonna point out some really important parts of this game. Really important parts of this game. Because there was some moments that needed to happen. Some things needed to happen. The first thing I'm gonna start off with is I'm gonna go through not everybody's lineup, but I'm gonna go through some parts. I'm gonna go through some things of the stats, and I'm gonna pick and choose some things that I'm gonna choose. Shout out to Jake there on TikTok, but okay. First, Paul Skenes, 4 1/3 inning, 6 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, which was a 1 pitch mistake, a home run. 2 Ks. He didn't even strike out a lot of people. So he got 13 outs. Only 2 of them were strikeouts. That's interesting. But he got a lot of weak contact. 4 1/3 inning, 1 run. And that's the run you see there. But now, the bullpen for the USA, 2 hits in 4.2 innings. 4.2 innings for the USA bullpen. Rogers, Jax, Bednar, Whitlock, Miller. We're talking about Bednar, Whitlock, and Miller each had 2 strikeouts each. That's 6 strikeouts between the last 3 pitchers. So 6 of the last 9 outs for the DR were strikeouts, not putting the ball in play in moments you couldn't let that happen. So shout out to Paul Skenes. Shout out to the bullpen. I predicted that this game was going to be a US win 7-5. But I also predicted that if it got close and the US left the bullpen in, it's over. DR's bullpen is going to let it rip. And they didn't. They didn't. The bullpen for the US came through. Now, I'm going to go through some lineup players for the DR. Tatis was 1 for 4. But Fernando Tatis had arguably one of the biggest plays of the game. There was, I don't know what inning was. Let me check. I'm going to tell you right now. I think it was the 3rd inning. Okay. It was the bottom of the 3rd inning. This is right before the USA took the lead. Off Paul Skenes, strikeout. Gerard Perdomo hit by a pitch. Tatis, he grounded into a fielder's choice. So 2 outs with Tatis on first base. Ketel Marte hit a line drive single to Judge. Soto's on deck. I'm screaming. I'm telling myself, you better not try to go to third base. Tatis tries to go to third base and gets gunned out, not even close. Killed the rally. Soto was on deck. Now, Soto came up in this game with, was it bases loaded 1 out or first and second 1 out? and hit into a double play. So we'll get to that. But what are you doing, Fernando? And then in another inning, the fifth maybe, this single, it was again, he was on first. This one out this time. This inning, he was absolutely, based on where the ball was hit and how long it took for the outfielder to get it, he was absolutely supposed to go first to third. He hesitated. He stood first to second. And that showed that inside of his head was like, damn, I can't make the out on the base. Tatis 1 for 4. Ketel Marte showed up 2 for 4. Juan Soto didn't show up. And he wasn't great in the World Baseball Classic. He only hit 261. It's not great. And I'm a Mets fan. Juan Soto was off 0 for 4. Runners left on base. Vladdy hit 444 in the World Baseball Classic. 1 for 4. Machado hit 300 exactly. 1 for 4, 2 strikeouts. Caminero hit 350, the only run of the game. 1 for 4 with a solo home run. Julio 0 for 2 with a walk and I think a hit by a pitch. Austin Wells had a double. O'Neal Cruz, I thought that this guy was going to hit a walk-off 2-run shot. Perdomo showed up. But this is the last stat with the Dominican Republic. The pitching for the DR showed up. Now, the U.S. took the lead in the 4th inning after that momentum switch where Tatis tried to go first to third with 2 outs and made the 3rd out. After that, Severino gave up a bomb of a home run to Gunnar Henderson. I understand he was throwing 100 miles per hour. He was already at almost 70 pitches, but I didn't like them taking him out. And they took him out, but okay, you taking him out, Albert Pujols is going to learn this. You took him out for a lefty trying to steal some outs. I mean, that's what I think. I understand that there was 3 lefties back to back, but you tried to play that game of lefty. And I'm a Mets fan. I saw Gregory Soto pitch last year. He had some okay moments, but he wasn't great. He had some moments where I'm like, yo, what are you doing? He gives up what to Roman Anthony, what ends up being the winning home run. At the time, it was 2-1 in the 4th inning. I didn't like that move there. I did not like. But shout out to the bullpen for the DR. Now, this is the last thing I'll point out for the DR. With runners in scoring position, the DR was 2 for 9. 2 for 9. And that's the game right there. A team that in the first 5 games, they were averaging. As Star Wars, I'm going with Italy. I want to see Italy. The DR, a team that in 5 games was averaging 10.8 runs. 10.8 runs. They scored 1 run. That was a great ball game. That was an absolute great ball game. So this goes to my last point. 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position. 8 left on base. I mean, I'm talking they had opportunities and they just didn't come through. Credit the U.S. pitching. And to finish with this, look, the DR won all of their games easily. They beat Nicaragua game was kind of close, but they blew them out. They blew out the Netherlands. They blew out Israel. They mercied Korea in this last game. They beat Venezuela. It wasn't a mercy, but that was maybe their toughest game. But in this World Baseball Classic, which I understand, they weren't mega battle tested as a team. And it kind of showed today because they just didn't come through. They didn't come through. I get Paul Skenes, but some of these pitchers, I'm sorry, they were pressing. They were supposed to hit some of these U.S. pitchers, and they didn't. So that's why I go with the battle tested. Now, the USA, on the other hand, 2 runs, two solo home runs. They literally had runners in scoring position. Few times they were 0 for 3. Runners left on base, they left 6. Judge was robbed of a solo home run by Julio with an amazing play, which I'm gonna make a clip for that. But shout out to the pitching of the USA. Look, this game was amazing. I predicted it was gonna be 7-5. And the USA won this game 2-1. If you told me USA is gonna win 2-1, I would have been like, hell no. No way. But they took it. Shout out to the USA. Shout out to the DR. oraciones y bendiciones a todo de la República Dominicana, porque este juego fue muy bueno. And la última cosa, the last thing, that last pitch, la última picheo, eso fue bola. That was a ball. That was a ball. Star Wars, I was thinking it was going to be 2-1. That's a nice prediction. Look, this is what I'm going to finish with. That was a ball. That was a ball. That was not a strike. It wasn't a strike. I'm sorry. It was a ball. And with that being said, you know, we are now, you know, we're at this moment where when I'm gonna be finishing this live now, but it's a tough way to lose. That was a ball. I get it. They still would have had to get a hit, but now the winning run was on base. The tying and winning runs on base with Tatis coming up. And they took that away from them. And I didn't like that. The umpires gotta be better. This is why I say that the World Baseball Classic urgently needs ABS. Now, did the game come down to this last strike? Look, I'm not gonna over here sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna sit here and say that the DR had opportunities and they just didn't come through. But what a game this was. To all my USA fans, celebrate, but they got one more. To all my Dominican Republic fans, look, it's tough. Para perder este juego fue muy difícil, más. Eso es baseball. Baseball es un deporte muy difícil. It's a difficult sport, but this is it. I gotta stay humble. I'm not about to contact a bunch of people and rub it in, but I'm really happy that the USA pulled it off. If you missed it, I'm gonna be posting a video later showing my reaction of, you know, the USA winning this ball game. We're gonna go to that. Look, this is it, folks, and this is the last thing I'll leave you all with. That's what I have from the game. Shout out to all the pitchers from the US. I'm not gonna say everybody's name. We're gonna cover more of this tomorrow and so forth. Break it down. I need to process more of this because when you watch baseball as a fan, it's one thing. You get really heavily invested. But when you watch it just as an analyst, you can really break things down more because you're not emotionally attached. I was emotionally attached to this game. So I need to process it and digest it a little more. But nonetheless, the USA wins. It was a horrible strike call at the end of the game. So Dominican Republic fans, I would be very angry. I am angry about that. You know, you wanted to see a pitch called a strike that's actually a strike, but this is why I've been saying the World Baseball Classic needs ABS. Needs ABS. Needs ABS. And that's just it. The World Baseball Classic needs ABS. So I give a shout out to everybody that's on YouTube, everybody that's on Twitch, everybody that's on TikTok. I appreciate every single one of you. Every one of you. They're showing the replay of Juan Soto's double play. That was a huge double play by Soto. Man, huge double play. And Bobby Witt Jr., the way he turned it. Boy, oh boy. But, man, what a game this was. If you're here with us, what are your predictions? Do you think the U.S. is going to win? Who do you want them to play? Do you want them to play Italy? Do you want them to play Venezuela? I know for Spanish people, this is a hard loss. Because the DR, they represent, you could say, I mean, this is not the last Spanish team. Venezuela's a Spanish country. But, you know, it's a tough loss. And boy, oh boy, I'm shocked with what we saw. Absolutely shocked with this game. Look, a special shout out to everybody. I finish off with this, and I finish off with the strike call. Look, life is unfair sometimes, yo. Sometimes unfair things are going to happen. And that's unfair, that strike call. Now, the DR had their chances. I'm not going to shy away from that. The USA won the game. But in life, there's going to be a lot of times where things are going to be unfair. And you got to decide, are you going to complain and let it ruin you? Or are you going to let it make you stronger? And my encouragement, my advice, let it make you stronger. Because what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And you have the opportunity. There's a lot of things we're going to go through. I was even hearing something today, a message about in good and bad times being the same, not changing. And that means a lot. In the good times, we succeed and we're happy. We're happy. But in the bad times, we don't change who we are. We become better. We fight to be better. We don't nag. But that's my advice. That's my finishing off. An amazing game by the USA and the Dominican Republic. I can't believe the way it ended. Shout out. Let me do this last thing. Shout out to Paul Skenes. Shout out to Roger. Tyler Roger. Let me make sure. Yeah. Shout out to Tyler Roger. Shout out to Jax. And let me make sure here. Yeah, Tyler Roger. This is not the Tyler Roger that pitched with the Mets last year. Shout out to Tyler Roger. Shout out to Jax. Shout out to Bednar. James Paxton, I believe. I gotta check these names. Griffin Jax, my bad. Shout out to Griffin Jax. Shout out to David Bednar. Shout out to Garrett Whitlock. Shout out to Mason Miller. Shout out to the USA. Shout out to the Dominican Republic. Para todos los de República Dominicana. Fue difícil, mas vamos enfrente. Vamos enfrente y vamos seguir luchando. I'm Sammy. Higher Expectation Sports. The higher expectations parts is because I'm here not only to just entertain you with sports, give you my reactions. I'm here for that. But I'm also here to motivate you and understand that I want you to understand you cannot give up on your journey. Even when life is fair or unfair. No matter how unfair things are, keep going and don't give up. I'm Sammy. Higher Expectation Sports. Higher Expectation Sports Talk on YouTube. I was privileged to have all of you with us on these platforms. And I'm going to look to see all of you later. You could feel free, leave a comment. Your experience, what did you think about this game? And I hope all of you have a great rest of the night. Star Wars, Brother BK, Nikhil, let me see here, Avocado, everybody. Shout out to all of you. And stay tuned with my pages because we're going to be posting some really, really good content, reactions from this game. Have a good one, everybody. Best regards. Okay, that Spanish translation sounds a little bit all right, but you can't be laughing, Brother BK. Come on now.